to before I get into the body of my where culture is a weapon. Niggas love revolution like they love the bulls. When niggas love revolution like they love the bulls, youth will wear red, black, and green patches over the emblems on their starter jackets. When niggas love revolution like they love the bulls, brothers will gather regularly at barbershops and corner stops to discuss George Jackson and to discuss the handbook of revolutionary warfare and people's war before they go home to take care of their children each night. When niggas love revolution like they love the bulls, playground basketball courts will become paramilitary training grounds where we learn to shoot guns at the enemy and not baskets for bets. When niggas love revolution like they love the bulls, we will spend hours and hours watching our children grow into soldiers and not basketball players. When niggas love revolution like they love the bulls, we will know CIA stats, FBI stats, infant mortality stats, police brutality stats, political prisoners and prisoners of war, and literacy training techniques like we know Paxson's shoe size or Shaq's shoe size, or the way we know Rodman or Pippen's rebounds or Grant's salary and all the intimate details of Michael's last gambling spree. When niggas love revolution like they love the bulls, you will be able to ask any youth on the street, who is Sundiata Acoli? Who is Assata Shakur? Who is Sekou Odinga? Who is Ruchell McGee and Jonathan Jackson? You will be able to ask, who is Matula Shakur? Who is Queen Mother Moore? And they will be able to tell you without skipping a beat. When niggas love revolution like they love the bulls, you will go on to ask them about Michael Jordan, and they will say, who? When niggas love revolution like they love the bulls, masses of us will go down to tear up Carolina coroner and his office to find out what really happened to James Jordan instead of waiting on the word of newspapers and sheriff's offices. When niggas love
What is good, my people? We are live back again with another live broadcast. What's going on, Cassidra? You on mute if you're talking. Okay. Yeah, I can't hear you, Cassidra. You still on mute if you're talking, but and yeah, you could jump in whenever. But yeah, my bad that we late today. You know, there's a lot going on. I was late today. I know, there's a lot going on. So today, we're going to stick to, of course, already know that we're going to go in or whatnot. But, we're not going to go too deep or try to make this one too long because I know that we're running late. And I'm going to give Cassidra a minute to jump back on here. But yeah, man, I know it's been a minute, and listen, I can see that I haven't missed too much, to be honest with you. And the thing is, at the point that we are right now, it's almost sickening. And to be honest with you, like sometimes you feel like the only way to thank God Cassidra came back on before I said something crazy. What's going on, Cassidra? You there?
Hey, I'm here. Sorry, I'm driving down in the booties. So hopefully you guys can hear me, and hopefully we'll be able to stay connected.
Yeah. And like I was saying, Cassidra, we ain't gonna go. Well, you already know we always go in, but we ain't gonna go too crazy or go into a super deep topic because I know we running late, and then you on the road, and then I'm running late. So
Good. We're gonna do what it. We're gonna make it do what it do. How about that?
Yup, facts. But you already know, consider how we do, because we do got to talk about the real, no matter what, though. Even
Oh, no
this
matter
was
what.
still
That
yeah,
enemy ain't rested. He
yeah.
on his job. So we got to be on ours.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So, all right. So I'm gonna just go ahead and get into it, consider, because I'm pretty sure y'all seen a lot of this stuff. I haven't been on here, so I haven't been showing a lot of this stuff. But did you see that thing in the Breonna Taylor situation?
Oh, no. What happened?
Okay, so they tossed the charges against the cops. I'm gonna play it.
What? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
These mushrooms make.
Oh my bad, because I ain't even got everything
But you know
already.
what? Though, didn't they have a school shooting, though?
Cool.
Didn't we just have a school shooting today, too?
I'm not sure. I ain't even see that. Maybe.
Yeah, we had a school shooting today. But let me tell you something with that. Every time they don't do and hold themselves accountable, we have a school shooting. Every single time. Every single time. Take note of it. Every
Yeah.
time they don't do what they supposed to do with us or for us, they have a school shooting. So it's okay.
Yeah. And what up, Kofi? And Kofi said, yeah, in Georgia.
Yeah, I knew they did. Okay. And that's why every time they don't hold themselves accountable, some of theirs got to go.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and that's their culture, though. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. That's their culture.
Mm-hmm.
But they still being held accountable. And people don't understand. We have to start putting two and two together. We have to start holding them accountable. We have to start seeing that. And notice this is not something that I made up. Just notice every time, either a ruling don't go the right way, or they don't pay for what they do. They always have to pay another way. Always.
Yeah, it says it's gonna be they're gonna say that it is a mental health issue.
Of course, they always gonna say that because they all mental.
Yeah, because it probably is. They are
Exactly.
crazy. Yeah.
All of them on medication. All of them.
Yeah. So all right. So I'm gonna play this one.
In the case of Breonna Taylor, the 26-year-old Louisville woman killed in her own home in a police raid, which was set off protests nationwide. Last week, a federal judge threw out felony charges against two former officers who were accused of falsifying the warrant that sent police to Taylor's door. Jerika Duncan reports.
Breonna Taylor's death sparked an outcry for racial justice across the country after police shot and killed her in 2020. Taylor was caught in the crossfire when Louisville police raided her apartment using an allegedly false drug warrant. Her boyfriend, Kenneth Walker, fired one shot that hit an officer in the leg. Police returned fire 32 rounds, 8 of which hit Taylor. Walker, a licensed gun owner, said he believed an intruder was breaking in. Following the shooting, the Department of Justice filed charges against 4 officers.
Those alleged crimes include civil rights offenses, unlawful conspiracies, unconstitutional use of force, and obstruction offenses.
But late last week, a federal judge in Kentucky dismissed felony charges against 2 of them. Former Louisville police detective Joshua Janes and former Sergeant Kyle Meany. The judge ruled that it was not a bad warrant, but it was Walker's actions that legally caused Taylor's death because he fired the first shot. Janes and Meany were not at the raid, but prosecutors accused them of knowingly falsifying part of the warrant and putting Taylor in danger by sending armed officers to her apartment. In a statement to CBS News, an attorney for Breonna Taylor's family said, quote, "We are devastated at the moment by the judge's ruling and are just trying to process everything."
Every day feels like March the 14th to me. Every day does.
CBS News spoke with Walker about Taylor's death in 2021.
And I'm sitting right here today and I'm feeling tired.
Tired? What are you tired of?
I'm tired of having to get up every day and my life is changed. I'm the only person who has to deal with it every day. Breonna Taylor's just a hashtag to other people, but she was something bigger than me, of course.
Prosecutors plan to appeal the decision. That's according to the.
So yeah, consider what you think about that.
But you know what, Forecast, even with that, her family got paid. And they feel like her family got the highest payment ever, right? So they feel like, hey, you got paid. So why should we have to, prosecute them? That's, hey, we paid you off. Now they can go and walk. I mean, we have to understand, if you really want things to change, we shouldn't have to make a choice. But her family made a choice when they got paid. And I'm not judging the family, I'm not, but I know how these crackers are. Her family got paid, and they said, okay, we're gonna let them off because, hey, this is what happened. We paid you for it, so we're gonna move forward. That's all that was. That's it. So if you want laws to change, we may have to give up the bag for those dudes to go to jail. I would have rather seen them go to jail than anything else.
You got to ask yourself this question: how much money is your child's life worth, or your fiance, or
Right.
your
Right. But
friend?
even what he was saying, he said he got to live that every day. But so now they're blaming the victims because they didn't announce themselves, from what I understand. They didn't announce themselves. They just started banging at the door. He thought it was a burglar, right? He didn't shoot that police officer. They never did do the ballistics on that gun, on that bullet that went in his leg. But the way they were shooting that night, it could have been anybody's gun. Didn't even have to be the dude's. What's his name? Was Kenneth? It didn't even have to be his gun. It could have been one of the other officers' gun, because from what I understand, they were shooting all over the place. So everybody was saying that it was one of the other officers' gun. They didn't take it out and really even test the gun. So, we have to, hold some things accountable. And I think now we have to do the jungle justice.
Yeah, because Kofi said you want justice from the same people who committed murder, and
Exactly. You want them to investigate themselves? Are we serious? Yeah, okay. They're not doing that.
Right, and that comes to the question too: what black people like? What else is you gonna do? Is they saying, "Look, we gonna investigate the murder. We'll give you a couple dollars." You know what I'm saying? The question is, what are you gonna do? Are you going? But hey, what can I say?
She got paid, and that's how they looking at it. And they knew when she got all that money, it was like millions, 12 million, something like that. She got millions of dollars, right? But they said, okay, we paid you off, and now they're gonna walk. It cost the city, didn't cost those officers. That's why we still need to talk about bonds for the win, because bonds for the win, we can go after their bonds, because police officers need bonds to be able to work. You get rid of those bonds, you pull those bonds, and they can't work without them. And that's any city, any sitting person, like a senator, congress, mayor, chief. They have to have those bonds. That's any public official. They have to have those bonds to work. Pull those bonds, and those officers won't be able to work.
Right.
I rest.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so Cassidra, I want to show you one other video before we and then we'll get into the one you sent me. Now I want you to see, like, how would you handle this situation, right? A black woman gets into a counter with 3 white boys at a gas station.
And sir, you too motherfucking close to my car. So call me out my name again, call me a dumb bitch again, and you're gonna have a problem on your motherfucking hands this morning. Oh, I am. I got all of it. It's Prince, and I'm about to get his name in his face. Of course, you're gonna take the at a pump, and there's a pump right there. He's upset. He's getting gas, and there's no problem, but he's bothering me. But you're recording me. No, you told me to back up. I'm not even all the way at the pump because I was being courteous for you, and you being nasty. Sir, who are you? I'm a concerned citizen. You're a concerned citizen. He bothered me. I was going to pump gas. Y'all so racist in this town. It's ridiculous. So it's ridiculous. Sir, you tried to tell me to move like you're my dad, like you can make me do something. Come on.
All right, let's go.
Because I'm trying to pump gas.
Let's go on for a minute.
I don't give a fuck.
All right, let's go on for a minute, considering she's realizing nobody is going to help her.
They stick together. They stick together. This is why we continuously have to travel in packs. Or you have, a friend with you. You understand what I'm saying? Have your candy bars. I keep talking about these candy bars. And if you guys don't have your candy bars by now, shame on you. Because we're getting ready to get into some stuff right now. You're going to need it. And I'm not saying we're going to just use it just to be using it. But if you need it, then you have it. But she was by herself. And they know she ain't had no man with her. But this is another thing, ladies. We told them we don't need a man, right? And we tell the whole world that we don't need a man. So they know you ain't got no man with you. So whatever they do to you, ain't going to be no retribution. Because you can't beat them. You can pow them, but you can't beat them. So this is what happened when you travel alone. You don't have a man with you. That's what happened.
Yeah, yo, can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah. You good now? You good?
Yeah,
now.
I can hear you. Yeah. So when you
yes.
don't have a man, you don't have a travel buddy. That's what happens.
Yeah, and
All
you
right.
made a good. No, yeah, you made a good point about like even when you was like, yo, that whole independent stuff and black men and women always fighting each
Exactly.
other, but it's not gonna work, But let me
No,
ask.
that's
Let me
crazy.
ask.
Uh-huh.
No, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go
No,
ahead.
yeah. So yeah, I was gonna ask you, like, all right, so like you being a woman, right? Say you happen to be out alone and something like that. Like, well, I guess you already said, you know what I'm saying. Like, what would you suggest for other young ladies out there? Like, young women who don't know young women who's just growing up and might be out there traveling alone. What would be your advice if they get in this situation?
From what I was looking at, he pulled up really super close to her in the back, right?
Mm-hmm.
My thing is pick and choose your battles. If you by yourself, you don't have your candy bars. When you see that happening, put your gas thing up. Hopefully you'll be about done. But I'm not gonna sit up there and argue with them fools. What she got herself, and like you said, they get off on stuff like that. They love that. Well, I'm not gonna argue with you. I'm gonna put my little gas thing up. As long as you didn't hit my car, and I'm gonna keep it moving. Plain and simple. I'm gonna pick and choose my battles. That'd be different if he had got out the car and popped her or hit her or something. That's different. But right there, she's by herself. She has no backup. She has no help. Those crackers stick together. They are not gonna protect her. They don't ever protect us.
Oh, you're going in and
See how
out,
close he is? He wanted her to say something. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, it came back when he
Can
said
you
he
hear me?
wanted her to.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, yeah, he wanted her to say something. He wanted her to say something. We have to pick and choose our battles. If you by yourself, you got a man, I don't think that would happen. A presence of a man makes every difference in the world. But when you by yourself and they know you by yourself, you ain't got no backup, he knows she can't beat him. He knows that. So he did that just to hear her mouth. And what happened? Nothing. She got all frustrated, upset, got her blood pressure up, and nothing came about it. All she had to do, finish pumping your gas, put your gas thing up, and get in your car and take off. Plain and simple. Now, if they follow you, that's different. But this is why you need to have your candy bars. You're going to always protect yourself. Always. Don't ever leave home without it. Period.
Yeah, facts. I agree with that. And shouts out to Bakari in the building. Appreciate you for coming through,
That
my
was my
brother.
daughter. I wouldn't want her to stand up there and try to fight them by herself. She by herself. No. You
Right.
pick and choose your battles when you're by yourself, baby. Especially when you don't have no backup. Now, if she had
Yeah.
a man in that car, it wouldn't have been like that. You think he'd have did that with a man, in presence of a man in that car? Heck to the no. This is why it's so important, ladies, for us to have our men. Because we're not the kings and the queens. We can't fight the man. She can't beat that dude up there. You know what I'm saying? So why even go there? Why even, I understand what he was doing, but guess what? Put your gas thing up and get in your car. You don't have no backup out there. You'll have all them white folk jumping on you. We're not doing that. We're not putting ourselves in danger like that. I rest.
No, yeah, facts. And it's interesting because I skipped the part, but she actually did say that. Oh, you only trying to mess with me because you think I'm out here and I'm a woman by myself, type of stuff.
Exactly. And that's exactly what it was. That's exactly it. And she called it. And sometimes they do stuff. They do stupid stuff all the time.
Yeah, and they like to get you mad and like
Exactly. And that's exactly what they did. They got her fired up, got her upset, and then what? I'm not gonna get that. Look, I choose not to, especially if I'm by myself and I'm not going to put myself in danger. She put herself in danger by running her mouth. I'm not doing that.
Right, definitely. That's good advice. You know, pick and choose your battles,
Pick
if
and choose
especially
your
young
battles,
ladies.
baby.
Yeah.
Yes, pick and choose, baby. Pick and choose. We had two. I remember maybe about a few months ago, you had two, mom and a daughter. They was in a bar together, right? And these white women, now they the only two black women in this bar. Why? I don't know. You had all these white men and two white women they got into it with. Do you not know the white men beat the crap out of that woman? Beat the crap. I don't know if it was just her daughter. I think it was her and her daughter. Do you not know they beat that woman to a pulp? It wasn't the women, it was the men in the bar. Why in the world would you go and put your see? This is what I'm saying about black folk. We got to stop putting ourselves in these predicaments where you the only black person around. You ain't got no backup. You ain't got no help, and you so busy thinking they're gonna back you up and they're gonna help you. They're not. They stick together. They're not gonna come against their own for you. I know you will come against your own for them, and that's what we thinking. But they ain't gonna never go against their own for you. Never.
Facts.
I rest.
Yep. Yeah, that's a fact, you know. All right. So let's see this. Okay, so I don't know if I played this before or not. Now, all right, so this is California. All right, so it's like why undocumented immigrants could get home loans in California.
Are you dreaming of more freedom, more dough?
All right. All right, so let's see.
Bill could allow undocumented immigrants to purchase a home.
If passed, California would become the first state to grant them state-supported home loans. Our Conan Nolan is live in the newsroom with the next steps. Conan.
That's right. This legislation refers to a California state program, but it could have national ramifications, particularly in an election year. It's legislation in Sacramento receiving national attention, a first-in-the-nation effort to allow undocumented immigrants state money for the purchase of a home. The bill's author, Assemblyman Joaquin Arambula of Fresno.
The social and economic benefits of homeownership should be accessible to everyone, regardless of immigration status.
For those who qualify under the California Dream for All program, the state would pay the 20% down payment for a first-time home buyer, up to $150,000. Assembly Bill 1840 would amend the program so that those in the country in violation of federal law would also be eligible.
Undocumented individuals have historically been excluded from housing initiatives because of federal restrictions. Ensuring universal access by all qualified borrowers to the California Dream for All program will contribute to the overall success and vitality of California.
Backlash has been swift.
And now you got California trying to get homes for illegal immigrants. Are you kidding me?
California Senate Minority Leader Brian Jones.
Every dollar that goes to an illegal immigrant is a dollar not going to our veterans or other Californians, other legal residents or citizens that also qualify for that money. This isn't an unlimited bucket of money that the state has available for these homebuyer programs.
Evan Simon has been covering the vote for the political website California Globe. He says passage of the bill is nearly assured.
There's enough progressive Democrats right now in Sacramento who will get it passed. That's why all eyes are on Newsom.
Governor Gavin Newsom has not said if he will sign the bill, which could complicate the party's messaging this election year on the volatile immigration issue. Democratic presidential nominee Kamala Harris has endorsed funding for the border wall. She's also backed a modest federal home down payment grant, but one that excludes undocumented immigrants. Donald Trump has already condemned the California legislation.
So if this comes up during a debate, say the debate next month, that can be a talking point for sure.
The staff.
All right. So you want to say something, Cassidra?
Absolutely, it's going to be a talking point because you couldn't give us reparations, right? Come on, let's talk about it. You just turned us down, wouldn't even let the bill for the reparations to hit the table because he told those Democrats, don't let this bill come to my desk. And of course, they pulled it. They didn't have a reason to, but you're going to take money that's supposed to be going to us for reparations and you're going to give it to people that's here illegally? These people are illegal. You have homeless people in California right now, and they fought wars. and they're laying out on the street. California has a horrible homeless population, and and forever it was a tent population. They were living in tents. I didn't see you. Why didn't they create affordable houses for them? You're gonna take their money. They fall in the war. They pay their taxes, and you're gonna give it to people that's not even legal, that came over the border illegally. That makes no sense. But you know what? Black folk, let me tell you something. You're getting ready to vote, right? You're going to get more of this. If you put that woman in office, and I'm not Republican or Democrat, I am for Cassie's freedom, period. I don't believe in any white person, white supremacist, a lady that claims she's black only when it's time to vote. No other time is she black, but now she's passing, and you guys put her in office. Whatever you get after January 1st, 2025, you deserve, because you see what's going on right now. You see this border. You see how many people are coming over here undocumented. I have gone to all over the country. I have never in my life been allowed to walk in a country not showing my visa, not showing my ID, not telling them where I'm going, not giving them an address of where I'm going. But you have these people walking around the border, through the border, over the border. They push the police officers out the way at one time, right? And then the news lady asked one of them people, "What do you need? Why are you here?" And he said, "You'll soon find out." You mean to tell me you didn't snatch his behind up right then and there, take him to police department and question him? What do you mean? We'll find out later. So we're finding out right now what these criminals are all about. We're finding out. But no, I don't agree with this at all. You take care of home first. But America right now is taking care of everybody else and setting them immigrants up, because they know that their days are numbered, and they are putting them on top of black people. That's why they told them, don't deny them home loans, don't deny them business loans. Biden told them that. So guess what? Those banks, they're already putting them over us. We can't get anything, but we'll still vote for somebody who's backing immigrants. You ain't saying nothing yet. Let her get in office and see, don't she give a whole lot more money to her people? I pass.
Yeah, shouts out to Erica in the building. Grandma used to say, Kofi. I don't know if I'm gonna put the link. It's hard to talk to y'all because y'all like, this is why I ain't even been saying nothing like y'all, like, because Kofi said a more MAGA talking points. Y'all is so intent on this one side or another like type of stuff. Like, it's not the same thing. I don't even understand how black people just got so like lost in it. Like, we was smart like a year ago, but now we just dumb as hell again out of nowhere, you know what I'm saying? And then this whole back and forth stuff, and like either side is different from the other. It doesn't make any sense to me.
I don't believe in either side. I'm not for it.
All right.
Democrats or Republicans. Right. I don't believe either one is going to do anything for black people. I believe that black people have to free ourselves. Period.
It doesn't make any sense.
Vote.
All right.
So
yeah. You are breaking up, Cassidra.
I said, go ahead, I pass.
Okay. So you just brought this up. I agree, Erica. I don't see one part, but that's what I'm saying. You keep saying, "Oh yeah, all of that stuff is true," but yeah, just like you were saying about the you can't go to them to get justice either. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand like how the cognitive dissonance, like how it'll go out the window. It doesn't even matter what happens after that. Anything that we say after that doesn't even matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, because it just means like in 4 more years, y'all might have the vote or die shirt on next time. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all could be in a video with Juvenile next time talking about back or voted up or whatever was going on. I don't know. It's hard to deal with it, and that's on either side. That goes for the Republican black people too. It's the same thing with them. Like, well, anyway. So let's see. I don't know. I guess I'll go with this one.
Both houses had fewer than 200 bills combined left to go through. Some of the bills dealing with reparations. ABC 10's Garshpal Sangha joining us live from the state capitol to explain more on this very busy day. We still see people behind you in the rotunda there, Garshpal.
My man Kofi done got offended behind the Democratic Party. I'm sorry, my brother. We didn't mean to offend you about your party. All right, look, if y'all sick, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, if you in the thing talking about we sick, sorry, like we needs to we just can't have this house burned down. Why don't black people want America to be messed up anyway? I don't even understand that. Like, oh yeah, anyway. My bad. That's me, because I guess I don't have nothing to lose. That's just me.
Yeah, Luke, and this place is buzzing with anticipation to try to figure out what is the status of their bill. And we are officially less than an hour away until we find out what the results are going to be of all the bills that they haven't voted on. If it is passed, it is going to go to the governor's Newsom's office to see if he will sign or not. But if it doesn't, it is going to die on the House floor. So we're trying to figure that out. But the biggest buzz in this building were bills that weren't voted on, like funding reparations. The final hours of the California legislative session kicking into overdrive as lawmakers try to get their bills approved. On Sunday, lawmakers passed landmark bills to make amends for racism. The proposal.
Let me ask you real quick. If you want to get justice from the police, what do you think is the best way to do that?
If we want to get justice, yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah, I hear you.
And you said if I want to get justice from the police.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you asked?
Yeah. What's the best way to do that?
Well, I think let's just start the easy way first and go after their badges. I believe that we have to go after their bonds. Okay. I think that's the only way right now without us going to jail or without us being in a war. I think we go after their badges first. Okay. And then we can take it to the next level, but at least do the badges first, because there's a thing that you can file and you can take their badges, right? But then if that don't work, then there's other ways and other means of handling business. And I'm gonna just leave it right there.
Them bagpipes playing, because that's what I think. I don't even believe, like, to be honest with you.
I was just trying to do it another way first, because my first instinct would be the bagpipes, but I'm trying to do it different, trying to think a little different.
But my thing is, like, no matter who's in there, I don't trust their courts. Well, don't have no damn reason to. So it's for either way, no matter who's in there, I don't trust them in their court system anyway. So, like, I just be like, yo, in the regular way, the only way to get somebody to stop punching you in the face is sometimes to punch them back. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I totally agree.
And then let me ask you, Cassidra, what's the best way to change the education for Black children?
You guys may hear some talking in the background. Hopefully not, because my mom is in the car with me. Well, educating your own. Educate your own. That's the only way I know, is to educate your own, period. Plain and simple. Separate from them and educate your own.
Right. And my point is, because it's like Erica said, it doesn't matter, because it's going to take unity and we don't have it. Like, neither one of those, I could ask you a million things and none of it got to do with voting for one of the other. Even in the local joint, and for mayor here, like, the dude LeVar Stoney, he ain't no different from any other person. Their job is to keep the political system running. And do you know what the job is of that? To keep you as the worker, the main worker, working. You know what I'm saying? But now, even then, you know what I'm saying, like, now they're going to start importing all of these other people, and it don't matter either side, because they're going to start importing other people too. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't matter either side. And the fact that Black people will split themselves instead of realizing, like, yo, the only way we're going to do it is if we have our own stuff. But like, no, we like, okay, first we got to choose between the lesser of two evils. Like, every time. How is it every time? How does the same thing work every time for like 200 years? Is beyond me. I don't know. That's why I'm like, I can't even get into these political conversations this time. Like we had the same thing last time when it was Hillary Clinton, or it was back when Hillary Clinton, but even the last time with Joe Biden and this dude, you know what I'm saying? It was the same exact thing. It's the same thing every time, and we like never catch on to like the patterns. It's like we always just fall right back in. It's just like it's no different from an abuser. Like dude slap you, you go away for a few days, you miss them, and the codependency kick in, you go right back in. Like I don't know, my bad. Anyway,
exactly. We never seem to want to do anything different. We always do the same thing over and over and over. Every 4 years, we go right back to the same thing that we left before, or not even left, but same thing that we did before. We're doing it again this time. You know, the fear mongering, you see, your eyes are open and you see what they're doing. And we won't even stand on that. We act like we ignoring it. We act like we don't see it. We make all kind of excuses why it's okay and why we gonna still put her in office. But I'm telling you what, you get what you get. That's all to it. Get what you get, and then that's it. Get what you get. Period. So you can't complain. You'll be fine.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Shouts out to Ben Uko in the building. And that's the thing. I'm not even gonna say what I was gonna say because that's just gonna lead to more stuff. This is why I was like, yeah, let me check. And then even when I come back, that's all y'all been talking about anyway. It's still the same thing. And none of it is going to get you out of whatever position that you're in. And the crazy thing is it's probably gonna be hurting your pockets even more. Like no matter who it is, your pockets is hurt, you hurt, you know what I'm saying? But even with the Democrat side or whatever, your pockets is hurt. There ain't no such thing as lesser of two evils. And it's the same thing that they do to white boys with the Republicans. You know what I'm saying? That's why every time you see like First Rifleman come on here, first thing he says, well, the Democrats do this and they do that. Like, cause I was younger and I used to like, I'm like, why do y'all always be like, well, the other side does such and such? You know what I'm saying? Like, instead of like, and then every time they get in there, they be like, well, they couldn't do this because the other side wouldn't let them. And then that side be like, tell their people, well, I couldn't do it because they wouldn't let us. You know what I'm saying? Like they're doing what the hell they want to do. And then number two, if you're even serious about some political stuff, then you would be putting money behind your candidates first and foremost, because if you ain't putting money, then ain't nobody got no allegiance or ties to you. They're going to have ties to the people putting money in their pocket. So if you ain't even putting money behind the damn candidate anyway, it doesn't even matter. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I don't know, man, because anyway, I ain't gonna say what I was gonna say. Yeah.
And that's what we don't do. We don't put money behind anybody, and we want them to do something they're not going to do. The people right now that they're doing for, they're paying them to get their votes. They're voting, and they're going to they're paying them now, and it may or may not work, but sometimes it may backfire because when you try to do dirt comes back to you. And these people, they haven't voted for anything. Remind you now. These people getting houses, vouchers, they get money, they got EBT, they got everything, and they didn't vote to get it. Black Wall Street, remember that? Black Wall Street didn't vote to be free. They put their monies together and got free that way. They didn't vote on anything. We can do the same thing, family. All we have to do is put our monies together, pull our monies together, and buy some land and separate from them and have our own government. They doing it in Georgia now. It's a place, where's that Georgia? Buckhead, it's got their own little area. A place in Mississippi, they got their own little area. We can have our own. Have your own government, have your own police department, have your own everything. If they can do it, we can too. So what's the problem? Pull your monies together. And I rest.
Right, and see, and this is the thing, right? Because like when we talk about it, like, and this is what I would say to Kofi and Bakari, right? Like, because we would come on here, me and Cassidra could come on here and do a whole thing just about what Republicans do. And then, what they would do would come on here and be like, oh, those are Democrat talking points. You know what I'm saying? You're just repeating and the problem with that is what they say about them is right. But what y'all say about them is also right. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's the crazy part. You know what I'm saying? Like, and yeah, like Bakari, I see you say that you showed on your channel 3 times what she said that she may or may not do if something happens, because I don't know. I haven't seen like anything for black people, like, you know what I'm saying, from anybody though. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying
Exactly.
Trump is going to
Not
do this. I
seeing
ain't
her say,
saying
him say, nobody say. But I know what we can do for us. We can put our monies together. We can buy land. These are things that we can do today. But I'm not willing to put my vote behind a woman that already told me that she's not not doing anything just for black people, period. I'm not putting my name behind a man. I'm not putting my vote behind a white man he probably need to be in a nursing home too. I believe in my own freedom. I don't believe in voting for white supremacy or a person that has told me that they're not going to do anything for me. So I don't even know what the conversation is all about, because I can't see the chat. But my thing is, I don't care. I'm for my own freedom. And it's not, and we always, the most people that vote for Democrat the most will say, well, what's the Republicans doing? Well, the Republicans don't owe you nothing. You don't even vote for them. So why do they owe you anything? You know what I'm saying? So you vote for people that tell you they're not going to do anything for you, not holding them accountable. You're not even asking for anything. And then you looking crazy because somebody told you not to vote for them. No, I don't believe in giving. If you can't give to me, I can't give to you. You scratch my back, I'm gonna scratch yours. Period.
Yeah, and look,
And I rest my mic.
when Bakari said following social media, because I haven't even said, this is what I'm saying. Like, and the fact that you're saying, because like Kofi said the same thing, you don't think that's saying, oh, you're following it. That is the damn narrative, bro. Like, like the same talking points. This is what got me like irritated before. You know what I'm saying? It's this, you can tell what somebody is thinking and doing and their affiliation by their talking points. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not even saying nobody else's talking points, or we're not even saying. And also, like, yeah, I watched your joint too. So, like, yeah, you are a part of the social media that I have watched. You know what I'm saying? Like, and this is what I'm saying, like, because before we realized, you know what I'm saying, like, because I guess this is what it is. Black people would rather vote for the racism with the smile on their face, because before we all agreed that like maybe that's what it'll take for black, like if anything gonna make black people wake up, it's gonna be nothing though, you know what I'm saying? But if anything, it's like if because I remember before when Trump first won, he was like, well, maybe this will make black people start to wake up and be serious instead of be lulled to sleep and stuff, talking about my president is black, my Lambo is blue and all that nonsense, you know what I'm saying? Like, there is no goddamn safety. It's like illusion, bro. Like, what the hell don't we understand? There is no safety no matter what, you know what I'm saying? Like, and we just don't understand that, because the reality is, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna have to, like, yo, you can't beat them. Well, then, okay, fine. If they beat us, then it's gonna be over either way, but it gotta be over. Like, that's what you don't have. That's what black people don't have. Like, yo, it gotta be over either way. I don't think that that's the case, you know what I'm saying? Because when you're smart, just like how black people have historically always beat their armies, you know what I'm saying, until a Negro said, hey, well, look, let's not go all the way and exterminate them. Let's save the women and children and the good white people. You know what I'm saying? Where you make a damn distinction from either one of them. There ain't no freaking distinction. I don't care if they're Jew, Republican, East Indian, Arab. Ain't no damn distinction. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, y'all crazy, bro. Like, yo, we so willing to defend everything, but the one thing that will ever get us free, none of this stuff will ever get us to the point where you want to be. You just want to be comfortable. That's why I asked you. I stopped asking, because that's the answer. It's comfort. You don't want freedom. You don't want equality even. You just want comfort. Like, that's what the hell black people want. And I don't want you to have no damn comfort. So it is what it is. But anyway, consider, they're going to be mad at me. That's why I like. But this wasn't even about that, you know what I'm saying? Because it wasn't about no Democrat or Republican thing. But y'all are so on this, like, picking a side thing. This ain't have nothing to do with no political thing. This is even just this specific topic is about black people, you know what I'm saying, going against black people, you know what I'm saying, undermining other black people. Not no damn political party, but you're also caught up on political parties and, you know what I'm saying? And none of that is black first. You know what I'm saying? You're a Democrat first. You're a damn Palestinian first. You're American first. You're a freaking everything but a black person. And I'm black person only. I ain't none of that other stuff. I ain't no freaking American. I ain't no Democrat. I ain't no Republican. I ain't MAGA. I ain't Kamala Harris. None of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's despicable. And then the fact is, y'all don't want to address the fact when I keep bringing up this stuff about biracial people and this anti-blackness, because even the biracial people I know who say they are black, and I'm not going to tell them they is black because they ain't, they always have this sentiment of like anti-blackness with them, bro. Like, and y'all don't want to even talk about that. I ain't going to get into the fucking biracial stuff. You know what I'm saying? Anyway.
Emotions still high after this scene at the state capitol over the weekend.
It's black people stopping their own people from getting they reparations.
See, this is what the top black people going against other black people. And guess who? For the interest of non-black people. Always. It'll separate your group. It'll make you argue with your best friend for 20 years about which white man or which non-black person is best for you. When the answer is none of them are. You know what I'm saying? That's the crazy part. None of them are. That's the crazy part. Which one is more not for you? Is that what you want to argue about? I don't know what Negroes' problem is. Well, but I do see how we are still slaves to this very day, and we cannot be racist at all because we too much of cowards to be racist, to be honest with you. And I ain't calling nobody here a coward. I'm talking about black people as a collective, you know what I'm saying, as a group, you know what I mean? Like, and I'm not even saying historically, I'm saying right now, that's it.
Related proposals. The California Legislative Black Caucus decided to withhold those bills from moving forward. That led to a big protest at the Capitol over
Man, we can't be on here super late. It's already 10 o'clock. That's what I'm saying. I ain't trying to talk about no political stuff because this ain't even a political topic. You know what I'm saying? I was just so sensitive about politics, and Cassidra is on the road driving and stuff like that. This was supposed to be like not even a series. This is why we even got to this joint. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what I'm saying, bro. Like, I don't know. Like, it's on Cassidra, but I wouldn't say so. I would say no, but it's on Cassidra if she wants to.
Hey, I'm home now, so it's all good. Whatever whatever you choose to do, it's okay.
Okay. Nah, and I don't know, man, because I ain't trying to be on here all night arguing about some stupid stuff.
And as you see here, that's what the video is that you're watching right now. KCRA 3 Capitol correspondent Ashley Zavala spoke with the reparations leader.
Yeah, so Ashley, what does she have to say about how this whole session ended over the weekend?
Golston and Lisa, Camila Moore was the chairwoman of California's historic reparations task force. That group wrapped up its work last year after spending years studying the effects of slavery, racial discrimination, and its impact on Black Californians. She says she felt betrayed by the Black Caucus after it decided to block two bills she says were fundamental for reparations.
Emotions still high after this scene at the state capitol over the weekend.
It's black people stopping their own people from getting their reparations.
Reparations supporters frustrated by the Legislative Black Caucus's last-minute decision to block votes in the Assembly on proposals that would establish a state agency and state fund for reparations. The Black Caucus divided, with some saying they were afraid of the governor's veto, while the caucus leader, Assemblymember Lori Wilson, claimed the bills did not have the votes.
I think what happened on Saturday was unconscionable.
Camila Moore led California's reparations task force that helped come up with these recommendations. She did not expect this.
What we saw was a complete betrayal by the California Legislative Black Caucus against their own constituents. They chose to prioritize their ego and their own self-interest over the people that they claim to serve.
It seemed like Democratic legislative leaders were hands-off about this. Do you think they should have stepped in?
I do think that the Assembly leadership, namely the Assembly Speaker Robert Rivas, should have, intervened. In effect, he sided with the Black Caucus.
How do you, the advocates, the supporters, how do you all move forward here? What are the next steps?
The next step for us is to keep pushing to hold the California Legislative Black Caucus accountable.
Yes, on six! Yes, on six!
We tried to get a response from caucus leader Assemblymember Lori Wilson at a different reparations-related rally that she was supposed to headline at the state capitol Tuesday, but she canceled her appearance. I tried asking supporters about the situation.
Do you have any thoughts that you want to share right now?
They dodged the question.
Now, Assemblymember Wilson's spokesperson told us in part she canceled her appearance there because she did not want to detract from the importance of that rally. As we worked on this story, we also tried to interview.
Shouts out to Matron in the building. Appreciate you, Matron, for coming through. And Erica said, and before we leave, I have she said she's smart. She started a small store and the kids can't count. All right, yo, Cassidra, you there?
I am here. Yep,
Yeah.
I'm here.
Yeah. So what you think about that one?
You know what? We already know why it was done, because that white man didn't want to he didn't want to deny it. So he let the black folk go against black people. But until black folk get their heads straight and understand the elephant in the room and go against stuff like this, but we won't. We continue to allow them to use us against each other. We have to start recognizing and stop taking money and start really going out for your own freedom. But we won't do that. We'll go and settle for $2 million. We'll go and settle just for us to stay in office. But my thing is, right here, we as black people have to vote them out. I do believe in voting locally. Okay, I'm not talking about no federal whatever. I'm talking about locally. You can vote out the Black Caucus. You can write yourself in. Some of us on here can run for Black Caucus members. Some of us can run for mayor, for the sheriff and all this stuff. We don't need to continue allowing them to do everything. Why is it that we don't run for some of these offices that we know that we can back each other? You run for city council, or you running for mayor, you have 3 city council members on there that's going to back you so that you could get some stuff done. We can do this locally, but I don't believe in federally doing anything, because I don't believe federally we're going to change anything federally, but you can change it statewide. But we have to hold these members, the 4 members, I think it was 4 Black Caucus, 3 or 4 Black Caucus members, accountable, and we have to vote them out. If we were living, now the ones that in California, but I believe the whole Black Caucus needs to be voted out anyway. I don't believe any of them are doing anything in any area for black people, period.
Yeah. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you, Cassidra, right? I don't think until black people is actually like, there was a time where voting actually mattered, because black people live with black people and they had black people running black districts, like black mayors for black cities, you know what I'm saying? Like, but like I looked into like running for city council like years ago, like a couple years ago, like 5 years ago. And even a dude that I saw, like I met, that runs every time, like, and he's for everybody, but he's for black people, so I vote for him. He always get like 300 something votes and everybody else get thousands, you know what I'm saying? Like the white dude, like who be molesting little kids and all that type of stuff, but he defended a black person in court before, you know what I'm saying? So it's cool though, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is how black people think. And I don't think voting or anything like that ever work unless we have money and all that type of stuff for a candidate to have stuff like, I agree with you, locally, specifically to make sure to put these stuff into our stuff, right? And if we talking about voting, I would even say, like, I would rather be like, yo, we vote for the best black business owners or whatever, and have like a business council where black people all over the world can donate money, whether it be $1 or $100 or whatever you got, you know what I'm saying, to a business thing where they fund and help grow black businesses all over the area, you know what I'm saying? But of course they have to be transparent and you see everything they doing. But like even voting on that point, until we have dollars behind any candidate, like locally, like federally, whatever it is, until you are like supporting that joint with like dollars and they are running as a black, like as a representative of you, because they're not representing you. You know what I'm saying? Like when they be like black people died for the right, that's insulting. They was killed, first of all. They was killed, right? Murdered, right? And
exactly.
you know what I'm
And
saying?
they
Like,
said he died.
right. And then on top of that, you know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't for just to be able to vote between the lesser of two evils. It was for
Exactly.
representation. Like, if you go back and look, they said no taxation without representation from the first time they rebelled, because back then in the 1700s, we had sense enough to fight and not get taxed for our money, knowing damn where our schools don't get books. I don't know nothing about geography. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know nothing about nothing until I started learning it on my own. I don't know nothing. I ain't know who Ida B. Wells was. I ain't know nothing about Black history. You know what I'm saying? I ain't know nothing about doing business. Until I talked to Cassidra and Matron, you know what I'm saying, who put me on to the nonprofit thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't learn none of that type of stuff. And like I said, like, yo, I knew a half biracial person, right, who has this thing where they want to be on their white side, who went to a private school, but you know what they was learning at 8 years old? How to be business owners, right? How to take care of their business, right? And then you know what they do with that money? They put it into whatever they needed to fund whatever it is. They don't even got it. Like, I don't know. I ain't even going to all of that. But anyway, man.
I totally understand. But my thing is, until we get it together, nothing is going to change. We can vote locally, you guys. We can vote for the mayor. We can get reparations. Somebody that's Black, that has a heart for Black people, and you have, like I said, 3 or 4 council members. You guys can vote and get reparations locally for your own city. But we won't even think about that because we were trained so well to go against each other. They remember I had that thing where the lady said, make them think that you're their savior. Make them think that they can't live without you. Make them think that you're their saviors. And they've done just that. We'll fight against our own and go against our own for them. That's the sad part about it. And they know it. They know it. But what are we gonna do about it? Nothing, because we won't even vote for it. You got a Black guy running for mayor. I mean, for president. What's the man, Black guy's name? Tanner. He Black guy. He said we're gonna do this, this, and this. And I don't know. I just heard him talking one day on TikTok. But I guarantee you, he won't get 1,000 votes. I guarantee you. I guarantee you. Even though Black folk will listen to him, you'll still vote that half breed in office, or you'll vote for the red man. And knowing and not even listening to, there's other parties out there. But instead of us voting as a block, like Dr. Claude Anderson told us, we won't do it. Doesn't that bother you guys that we are so divided? We're not even thinking about coming together. Because even when we talk about reparations, you got some fools that won't even put it on the docket. Then you got some fools that'll say, we don't need a handout. Then you got people like myself say, I want it all. I want every handout that you've given them Asians because you gave them a hate crime bill. Not that they can give us one, because if they gave you one, Black family, they wouldn't use it for us anyway, just like they don't use a civil rights bill. But it's just a thought that counts. I want it because I'm supposed to have it. I want it because more of us is dying than them. I want every handout that they got because it's for a debt owed. And until we understand what reparations is all about, we'll stop saying it's a handout. It's not a handout. It's reparations is for a debt that's owed to us, period. The same debt that you gave the Indians, the same debt you gave to the Jews, the same debt you gave to the Palestinian, the Israel, the same thing you gave to Ukraine and Afghanistan. I want the same thing, but more. Period. I want what you're giving them Jews every year for something that didn't even happen in America. How in the world is that possible? I rest my mic.
And Bakari says your 501c3 organization is done through government. If you allow dictate, as if any as if the whole system isn't like just a corporation of America in the first place, right? If you allow a dictator to control your nonprofit, it's done, right? And do you know what the problem with that is? Do you know what the problem when we said like, yo, let's get one damn water thing for the a person in Lawrence County, Alabama. Do you know, like, maybe I'm not big enough, of course, you know what I'm saying? But do you know that black people, because it ain't just me that did it, and even the nonprofit, which was a white one who really took a lot of the money, and the problem is still there down there, right? Because if you go back and see what happened after all of that stuff, not a white nonprofit who take advantage of all the stuff and take all the damn money, right? Because really what that stuff is just a way to use their stuff against them. Because if you're asking me, I'm saying like, yo, I don't give a damn about none of their laws, you know what I'm saying? But the problem is when I was like, hey, look, black people, we don't need none of that stuff. We can all put in $10, $20, you know what I'm saying? And come together and do this thing in laws, because I don't give a damn about a 501c3 being done or not, because it's not even up to that. You know what I'm saying? The problem is, like, even with that though, right? You're gonna have to even be on some minorities and people of color and all, and for privileged communities and all of that type of stuff, because you cannot say I'm doing something for black people. And if they come back and see, hey, look, you're only giving stuff to black people, they'll sit there and try to sue me under the Civil Rights Act for black people to stop me from doing stuff for black people under my 501c3, like the black women that was doing the stuff for black women. You know what I'm saying? Because even when you go back to their government stuff, because you then still have to go by their quote unquote rules, you know what I'm saying? So they're still going to dictate no matter what it is. But you know what would have circumvented that? Black people not giving a damn about them, their government, their funds, none of that stuff. But and also the problem is they take our damn tax money, don't they? You know what I'm saying? And black people ain't sick about that they take our tax money and really use our tax money to not only kill their own people, but to really destroy us with it. You know what I'm saying? But they do it to their own too.
Any of it for us.
And don't use any of it for us. And they take all of your tax money. And that don't piss black people off. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, it ain't even like, yo, at this point, we are paying like ransom to them or whatever you call it, tribute or whatever. That's called paying tribute at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it is. Like, and we don't even understand that part. And we talking about, well, 501c3. Like, bro, they take away, probably took more out your damn paycheck throughout your lifetime than they'll give you in a goddamn grant. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you don't get, a lot of times we're not getting those grants. But my thing is, why is it that why can't we support our own foundations? Why do we have to give money to other people and not support our own? Why do we even have to be connected to the 503? I know it say, oh, you can get grants, you can get this and the other, but if we took care of us, we wouldn't even have to connect ourselves to those 503. Because when we connect, that we lose all say. I can do my foundation and I don't have to connect to the 503, and I can do it any kind of way I want to. Long as I'm not going after them and asking them for their money, I can give it just to black folk. I don't have to say, and that's what's going on with us. We talk too dang much. Stop telling them what you do, and stop telling them that, oh, we just gonna get a black people. Just do what you got to do. The same reason they don't say we just gonna give it to white folk. They just give it to white folk, don't they? So we talk too much. Stop saying, oh, this is just for black people. You ain't got to say that. Do like they do. Just do it. You ain't got to say it. Just do it. But I think we need to support our own foundations. We got a lot of foundations out here, but we won't support them. We won't support it. Then you have raggedy folk that's in the government that can actually help you, but won't even help you because they doing too much under the table stuff. This is what black folk do. It's not, but I don't even want to say it's just black, because it's not. Everybody do. But still, I want us to get to the point where we are helping each other when we can. Just like this reparations thing. That thing should have been on that dude's desk. We're going to let it ride and let him do his own dirty work. Black folk got to stick together. If those black folk had stuck together, what was he going to do besides get mad? What was he going to do? Nothing. Your ass would have had reparations. So who cares what he would have did? Because you'd have got your reparations. You'd have still got paid.
Yeah, and you know the thing is, like, right, for an example, right now, if I was to be like, oh, let me monetize this channel on YouTube, so then now I'm gonna have to watch what I say. I can't say Jew. I can't play this video. I can't do this. I can't do that because I'm following their. Just like when you get like there's no different from like Breonna Taylor, or we was talking about like our families taking money from the damn government. How much is it worth? You know what I'm saying? How much money is worth you being able to do what the hell you want to do, say what the hell you want to say, you know what I'm saying? Like, but the problem is when you have sisters like the sister who got her own school, like you could put money into her thing, but like hell, I can only put a little bit of money into her at a time, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. But black folk, period, can come up and support that school. If we really believe in something, black folk got money. We just saw that when you gave millions of dollars to the red lady over there, the hair breed. You just gave her millions of dollars, millions for a person that said, I'm not going to do anything for you. But then when it really counts, like us having our own school, how much money have we given to a black school? How much money have we given to a black school or black business or black anything? You ain't even got to buy nothing sometimes. Businesses open around here, I donate. I set up, I put money aside. If you see somebody really needs something, here, I'm already sowing my seed. How many people do that? We have to get back to that. We have to get back to support each other, you guys. We cannot just see people struggling, see our own black businesses struggling and not do nothing. Aren't we tired of being at the bottom? I am. I'm tired of struggling. I'm tired of being at the bottom. And now with these immigrants coming in and they giving them everything, they giving these people EBT, they giving them everything that they possibly can. And look at black folk. Kamala Harris just gave her Indian family $10 million. Ask how much she gave black folk. She gave us 500,000. Out of 10 million that you gave Indians, you gave black folk, and then she said it was for housing or something in Georgia. Well, what kind of housing you gonna buy for 500,000? What you gonna buy a shack? What you doing? What you building? Are you getting those little sheds? What you buy? What you doing? $500,000? Really? When you just gave your people, Indian people, which is her people, she gave them $10 million. So make it make sense.
Right. And then how much money did they give to Kamala? It was a couple $1 million.
Oh, it was 20 million. It was millions. It was millions of dollars. That woman I'm gonna look it up. I swear I'm gonna look it up. I swear. That woman had so much money, it was ridiculous.
Yeah.
How much you give black folk? How much you give y'all? Oh, okay.
Yeah, and Bakari said, I said open dictator. But my brother, when you realize like the earlier statement that you said kind of contradicts that, when you said, oh, well, they have a military that you can't beat, so you can't do what you want, my brother. They already have a open dictatorship on your handpots. You know what I'm saying? Like, I guess you can go to the store and drink out the water fountain, I guess. But like, bro, like, when you already talking about how you like, if you're scared, talking about you're scared of their military, bro, like that's the reason, you know what I'm saying? So they can control resources, you know what I'm saying? They are dictators, bro. They control the resources. They make you pay for water, which makes up most of the earth, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, like, yo, I'm gonna play this other video.
I'm just waiting on the day that everybody in Chicago wake up and start talking about how these Venezuelans are the only people that's getting jobs. How the Venezuelans in Chicago get an EBT card with $4,000 on there, and every time somebody posts it, y'all always removing it. I'm just waiting. Because it's crazy. Like, I went to go fill out a whole bunch of job applications, and y'all know them things is in Spanish. Like, not to say I don't know Spanish, but that is crazy. Like, how a city can adjust to the outside before they make accommodations for the inside, but ain't nobody talking about that. It's all right though.
So as you saw and heard her.
No, I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, she's right. I mean, she's right. I'm looking at this and I'm looking, my girlfriend has a recruiting, right? She does recruiting and they're not hiring black folk. I look at I'm calling students, right? I'm like, where are you guys working? Nowhere. Can't find black folk jobs. Then you're talking about Spanish. I can't go to Mexico. They don't consider English first. They gonna consider their Spanish language first. You go to Mexico, you better learn some Spanish. because they're not going to accommodate you with English. You either know Spanish or you're going to struggle through, hoping and praying somebody that can speak English is around you. Other than that, they're going to look at you like, oh, you better get one of them phones that can speak Spanish, because I'm going to tell you what, they don't care what you can stand in that line till times get better. You don't know Spanish in Mexico? Oh, well, they don't have no English line. They don't have no dial 2, press 2 if you need English, dial 1 if you need Spanish. They don't have that. You better talk Spanish or you just ain't gonna get heard. But let them come to America. We accommodate any kind of way we want to. We'll go all out for them. But then for your own, they hesitate. But these white folk don't understand how these next 4 years gonna impact them also. Because these Venezuelans, they coming in. We're gonna have a civil war. But they're not understanding. They think it's just gonna impact us. Oh, it's gonna impact us, but it's gonna impact them the worst. Because we know how to survive. Because we've been without for a long time. We know how to survive without. But them the ones that don't know how. But it's gonna impact them more than it's gonna impact us. I'll rest my mic.
No, yeah, I agree with you, and I'm not gonna lie, like, that it pisses me off because, like, when I see them every day and then they act like they don't know English. They don't let them ever don't. No, they do. They understand everything you're saying.
No.
But like, and because they act so stupid, and then, like, especially if you be on a job with them, they'll act like they don't know what they're doing. They'll be hella slow, lazy as hell. You know what I'm saying? But it's always black people going over to help somebody else to do something. I'm like, yo, they're playing stupid, bro. They're not stupid. Like, if you mess up their check, they understand that shit, don't they? They understand that, don't they? Yeah, they know what time to go home, don't they? You know what I'm saying? Like, they understand what they need to understand. That's how you know that they're playing you. Like, they don't even do that stuff with me because I don't even like act like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but they're so lazy, it doesn't make no sense. Like, they really be
They can be lazy now. They can be lazy. They getting everything. What they got to work for? They said they ain't coming over to jobs. They coming over here to get stuff. You the one got to work. They're gonna get taken care of. They get more money than they've ever had. They have more money now than they've ever had before, ever. But you know how much money we gave Carmela? We started out with 1.5 million. Then it turned around and went up to 81 million. Ain't that something? 5 hours, within 24 hours, it went up to 81 million. But within 4 hours, it's 1.5 million, right? In 90-minute call, they talked about 1.5 million. But then 24 hours, she was up to 81 million. Tell me black folk don't have no money. Tell me black folk don't have no money. You know what we could have did with $81 million in our community? You know what we could have did with that? We need schools, right? We need land. We need affordable housing. Did we put that toward our own little town? We have a black family that bought 100 acres. How much of that could have went to them so that they can build up their little community in there? You understand what I'm saying? We got to help somebody. We got to help one to help another. And we pass it along. But we won't even help that little family that's at least trying to separate. We won't even help them. We'll sit up there and give to a woman that told you she was not going to do anything. She's helping hers. She's helping the Venezuelans. An open border. Her job was the border. Remember that. Her job was to keep the border. What did she do? She failed at that one little job. And now you want her to run a whole country? She failed at the border, you guys. Now you're giving her whole access to a whole country. Make it make sense. But y'all go ahead. You're going to regret it. You're going to just know you've been warned. You're going to live to regret this one. Trust and believe that one.
Yeah.
But keep on acting retarded and keep on voting against your own demise. You already saw how she operates. You already seen how she rolled. And you still going to vote for her? Y'all stupid. That's dumb. That's idiotic mental illness, PSD, Stockholm Syndrome behavior. Go and vote for your own freedom. Put your own name up in there. Put your name in there, Bakari. Put your name in there, Oni. Put your name in there, Forecast. Put your name in there. You voted for a woman told she ain't gonna do nothing for you. Just stupid. Just stupid. I rest.
No, yeah. I agree with you. And my thing is this though, for me, like black, we don't understand that everything in this society is designed to make you hate yourself, right? And when I say that, like it's like you even underestimate that, but like I mean the images that you see is designed to teach you self-doubt, to teach you to like not trust you who you are, to make you doubt your manhood, to make you doubt your femininity, to make you doubt if you how good that you look, how make you doubt that if you're possible. Everything is designed to do that. You know what I'm saying? And we operate from that thing, and then we wonder why we have so much problems in our relationships, whether it be parents or with romantic relationships or whatever it is, because all of that is on purpose. You know what I'm saying? And when we say this, I'm not like when you say like if that's what like I cannot do that because now I'm stuck in the situation with you. So now if we're not going to do it the right way, there's only one other way to do it. And I'm sorry, I don't even care who loves who, but I would just hope that we would get to the point where we could like be unity. So I'm gonna just leave it at that, yo. I'm gonna just play this because before I say something crazy.
TikTok, what did I tell y'all? What? Check it out. Hold on, TikTok. What did I tell y'all? What did I tell you? We got a new one in the building. If y'all remember, that's where the black family used to stay. Now we got a new migrant in the building. I am not playing. This is not a game. This is very much real. You see, that's been fixed. But you can see we have a new migrant in the building. That's the ones that's still in my electricity. That apartment is where the black family used to be at, and now look.
So as you saw and heard her say there, she pointed to a building where black people used to live, and now there are migrants in there. And she said that they are stealing her electricity.
So she said, but also they're stealing your electricity that you're paying for, and then they're stealing that electricity from her. So anyway, that's in Indiana. So and listen, like it's not even like crazy because like Amos Wilson said in the 80s, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like a bunch of black people was like, yeah, in the 80s and 70s and stuff, like, how they're going to probably start using my immigration to undermine the stuff. Because if you pay attention to the Immigration Act, well, the LBJ, they passed that in 1968, right after the Voters Registration Act and whatever, Civil Rights Act and all that stuff in 64. And they passed some in 65, then like 67. And then they passed the Immigration Act of 1968. And then they blurred the lines on everything, you know what I'm saying? Like where they, I don't want to go to a history lesson because like, because then
might need to. You might need to one day.
But I'm saying, like, we're speaking of immigration because that's when a lot of Chinese people start coming in, getting businesses and loans to go into black areas to set up the stuff, and then it would kind of matriculate into the 80s, and then you start seeing the whole stuff with Latasha Hollins and stuff. But it also did the same thing with the Arabs, you know what I'm saying? And then even on the thing, sometimes they would classify themselves as white and all of that, But all of that immigration stuff was to stop the civil rights. It wasn't the civil rights and the marching. It was when black people got tired of doing the civil rights stuff and was burning stuff down. The Watts riot of 65, the Detroit riot of 67, the riots. And there was more riots the summer before Martin Luther King got killed than there was when he got killed. If you look up the long hot summer, that was 1967, where there was, because they talk about Red Summer in the 1920s, because this is a reoccurring theme over and over. And so my thing is, I think the civil rights whole thing was a move by them to stop black people from burning stuff down in the first place.
Exactly,
and then
because they were burning stuff already, and they gave you the civil rights bill so that you could stop. But then they said, look, we can give a bill, but we ain't gonna use it for them. These folk, you know what? These folk think for generations. They already knew what they was gonna do 20, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years back, how they were gonna keep black folk down. They did this before. You have to understand that there's nothing new under the sun. They've done this before. They knew that they know that they're going to be done in 2040. They know that Biden told you. So what are they doing? They putting white folk, they putting Venezuelans, they putting immigrants on, setting them up so they can be on top of black folk. If we tell them, they already told the banks, don't deny them loans, don't deny them home loans, but you're gonna deny them black folk home loans. You're gonna deny them black folk business loans. They won't give us a business loan, but they'll give a Venezuelan one. But we should be having lawsuits. We have attorneys in our area, but we can't get a black attorney to file lawsuits. Tell me why. We can't get attorneys to file lawsuits. All of this is so illegal, but we do nothing and say nothing. And then we wonder why.
Yeah, and I promise you, and to Bakari and to Bakari and I know my brother left, but Kofi, I promise you, like if you go back and look up that's why they call it the Lincoln Douglas debates. If you go back and look up the Lincoln Douglas debates, like the stuff that black people are doing now, we literally did then in the 1850s, bro. Like, and dude came to Richmond, Virginia. He had a black woman sitting there calling him Jesus or Moses or something like that. But like, I promise you, if you look up every debate, you go to look up the Clinton, how Clinton, like when Clinton was doing his presidential campaign, it was the exact same. They not even creative. That's the thing that they're not creative with it. You know what I'm saying? We just keep falling for the same thing over and over and over, bro. Like it was the same thing over and over. But anyway. And Erica said Johnny Cochran was going to work for our reparations, but he died. Right? Yeah.
They killed that man.
Yeah.
They killed him. You think they didn't? Shoot, they couldn't wait to get rid of that dude.
Yeah. All right, and so let's because this is one last.
Tyrese has gone to social media.
It's really about this guy here
offering his take. He does a live.
Kamala Harris signed an Asian hate crime bill, which makes it beyond illegal to ever purposely and maliciously do anything to anybody in the Asian community. And there was a spike in crimes and criminal behavior in and around COVID, allegedly and specifically motivated by Trump.
All right, so you
that have been getting killed like flies, and he makes flies house. Skips over every black and brown Mexican and Latino that have been getting.
Now he wishes he was Latino, so he gonna say black and brown because he wish he was brown.
Killed like flies, and he makes Latino, ain't you?
Well, according to him, he's one of those drop. He'd call Kamala Harris black if it was his girlfriend. You know what I'm saying?
God. Yeah, well.
That's how Bakari and Kofi sound talk about my black queen, Kamala Harris. You know what I'm saying? And they sound like Tyrese, my black queen.
Oh Lord, the little mixed girl, the little brat, mutt.
I'm sorry, I'm just joking, y'all. I was just playing.
A law, Asian hate crime bill is signed into law. So whether you're a police officer or a regular civilian, if you wake up on a Wednesday and say, he's Asian, a woman or a man, let's go do something bad to them, which God forbid would ever happen again. But it is a crime bill that was signed into law that protects Asians at all costs. Where is that saying?
Y'all spoke about the Asian thing. I wanted to play this. Now, this Michael Lamont Hill, he's tripping
or
on
your heart and brain are
Oh Lord, that dude a sellout too.
Let's be very clear here. I ain't got problem celebrity speaking up. I ain't got problem celebrity speaking out. I don't think that you need to be a professor. I don't think you need to perform. Right. Otherwise, other people will walk away thinking that what you said is true simply because they know you and like you.
Because it's been like a documented fact for like 4 years. Like that's why he's repeating other people said. Like, well, anyway. Like they act like this didn't happen.
Accountable.
Like and this is called gaslighting. When people when we've been talking about something for like 5 years, and then they say, "Well, what you've been talking about was never true." Yeah, you was talking about it with me 5 years ago, though. Like, how is it not true now? Like,
so Tyrese, Bakari said Tyrese was loud and wrong. Wrong about what he did? They did pass a Asian hate crime bill. What was he wrong about? I don't understand. What was he wrong about? Sorry.
Because they're trying to say this is what they say, right? Well, they've also passed hate crime bills for black people, which they're talking about.
When? I must have missed that one.
Well, they finally passed the Emmett Till. You missed the Emmett Till bill. You know what I'm saying? They finally passed the law for Emmett Till about lynching, even though they don't use that. Even though they don't use.
Don't even use that for nothing. They didn't use it yet. You had several lynchings and ain't nobody got caught yet. They call it suicide. So if they did give you a black crime bill, a hate crime bill, they're not going to use it for you. They're going to go use it for everybody else, just like they do the civil rights bill. They don't use the civil rights bill for us. They use it for everybody else but us. But it was created for us. So it shouldn't even been able to be allowed to be used by anybody else.
Yeah. And the problem with this, the Asian part, because people forget, like, they really was pushing this thing about like black people going around beating up Asians and stuff like that.
As soon as they got the bill, what happened? It stopped all of a sudden. All of a sudden, they was paying folk to beat up Asians, and then all of a sudden, when they got their crime bill, they gave them money and they gave them a bill. What in the world did they give black folk? What crime bill did they give black people?
And see, and that's what Bakari was gonna say, because this is the same thing that I heard. What's it, Roland Martin said.
Even with that, Bakari.
Hold on, let me, because I want to ask him real quick. Now, can you tell me any black person, hell, any non-Asian, but any black person that has been assaulted and they have charged somebody? Because you're saying it's for everybody. So even a non-black person, well, since we're black, I don't care about black people. Can you show me a black person that was charged with some anti-COVID crime bill? Or was it only that Asian people, whatever, was like they used this bill only for Asian people, or did they use it for everybody? Can you show me an example of them using it for everybody, my brother? Because I heard them say that earlier.
But even when they signed the bill, I didn't see any black people up there around it. If it's not an Asian bill, whose bill is it? And then Grandma said Obama passed a bill. What bill did he pass for black people, Grandma?
No, she's asking Bakari, because this is the other thing that Bakari would probably say, right? Because they're all the same talking points, Bakari. That's what I'm trying to tell you. They're talking points, like that's how you can see where it come from. They're going to say, well, they also passed the James Byrd something crime bill. It was another dude. But do you know the only person to ever really get was for a gay white dude? That's not a black person bill. That was for a gay white dude, bro. Like Matthew something. Like they use James Byrd from like the 90s. You know what I'm saying? Like
Obama passed a lot of LGBT stuff. He didn't pass nothing for black people. I didn't see one thing Obama did just for black people. So now, what are you talking about?
Now, can you act now, Bakari? I'm gonna ask you that just like about the other. I asked you about the Asian thing. Can you name a black person who got that? Now, can you name a black person? Because I can show you it was for a white boy. You know what I'm saying? Who was gay and he got beat up because he was gay is why they passed that bill, bro.
Exactly.
So can you show me a black person who got this James Byrd thing, bro? Like, because they still do this to this day where they say Juneteenth and this gay celebration thing at the White House. They trying to combine all of this stuff, bro. Like this is what I'm trying to say, bro. Like, so like, because I know the talking point. You see how I named all the talking points that you're gonna name, and now I want you to name another talking point that I didn't say, because there is no more talking points. You know what I'm saying? Because I named all 3 talking points that there is behind this thing, because that's what it is. Like, it's not even about like the truth or whatever. It's a talking point. You know what I'm saying? Lord have mercy. Okay, but Bakari, you can say, well, yeah, you can. Okay, I would trust your word if you say, yes, I know of a case where a black person was got harassed or hung or something and charged with the James Byrd bill or the COVID bill. You can say, yes, I know that is, and I'll just take your word for it. You know what I'm saying? Bakari, you told me Bakari, you just said those bills are for everybody, right? So I'm asking you, have they used them for everybody or for a specific group? Bakari, that's what I'm asking you, because you're saying you read the bills. Now, now have you watched how they enforce the bills though? Because that's the problem that black people have. We like, well, have you read the bill? But have you watched how they enforce the bill? Have you seen how the pattern goes over and over again? Right? Because they say a lot of stuff. They use they use colorful language. You know what I'm saying? Like just like in the 13th Amendment, they don't never say black people. They don't never say whatever. They say citizens. But how the hell are you a citizen if you've never been a citizen? Like no persons, but oh yeah, that's what they say. No persons are like shall be held in servitude or whatever. Bro, but you know the Constitution before that says you're not a person. Do you know that? That's why they word it that way. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Like that's what I'm trying to tell you, bro.
They did word it.
Well, all you have to do is say yes or no. Do you know of a case? Because I know damn well there is not any. Because they use that. Because they don't even use the Asian thing. That was back in 2021. And then the Asians turn around and start discriminating against the Africans here in America and in Africa. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the crazy part. They start blaming the COVID on the Africans after that. They the ones that start doing the discrimination against Africans. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the crazy part about all of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and Negroes will be like, well, have you read the bills? Well, have you seen how they enforce the damn bill? Because they have a lot of bills, but they never enforce it for you. Well, Bakar, you haven't said yes or no, so that's what I'm saying. If you say I'm gonna trust if you just say yes, I'm gonna take your word for it and say I was wrong, Bakari. So just say yes. That is, I'm wrong about that. That James Byrd thing wasn't for a white boy, and the Asian crime bill wasn't only used for Asians against black people at that. Like it wasn't even against Asians against white people. It was black people that they charged. They used that bill against. Like it was only black people that was charged. Did you watch it afterwards? Like if you're saying I'm wrong, just say yes and I'll believe you. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not the case, bro. Well, Kofi been listening the whole time. And you see how he got to go back to you're a closet Republican. And that's no different. That's why I don't see y'all no different. Well, I don't see that as no different from First Rifleman would say, well, you're just a Democrat. Because every time you say something about the Republicans, what do they say? You're just a Democrat. I ain't no freaking Democrat. I know what the Republicans are too. And y'all do the same thing that they do. And y'all can't see that y'all do the same thing that they do. And that's the sick part. And just like Trump can't save you, Russia can't save you, the Democrats ain't gonna save you, Kamala Harris, ain't nobody gonna save you but you. And I've been saying that the whole time. We don't got no friends. We all we got. I've been saying that since the first time I ever came on here. And now all of a sudden y'all forgot all of that. And that's the crazy part. And all you can say when you know you're wrong, because every point that people make in Kofi, because if you notice Kofi, you say, well, you're right about that. You're right about that. You're right about that. But the Republicans, and I tell the fake Republican black dudes, like, dog, stop talking to me about the Democrats. I ain't no freaking Democrat. Like, I'm talking about the Republicans. You know what I'm saying? And now you doing the same thing that First Rifleman would do. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's the crazy part. Only one of us is defending something else, you know what I'm saying, other than black people. Like before I said before, I guess it ain't two white dudes now, because I was like, because before they said I was for Joe Biden because everybody was Trump or whoever they said I was for. But I'm like, y'all are the only ones that's for like an old racist white dude. I'm not for either one of them. And y'all like, it's sickening at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't none of them people coming to help you or save you or make you comfortable or make it good for you. Do you know how profitable your bloodshed is? Do you know how profitable that is? How profitable making you to be like this violent thug to put you into prisons is? How controlling your school system to send you to their to go work for the rest of your life, right? To not actually cure stuff, to make you come back to the hospital time and time again. You know how profitable your death is? Like, you think any of them give a damn about it? Like, that's the crazy part, yo.
Sometimes, you know what, sometimes you just have to, people have to see fat meat greasy. That's all to it. You have to let it go and they have to see for themselves. And a lot of people will see January and probably before January, and you're going to regret it, period. But you can't tell. And this is why black folk at the bottom, because you can't tell us nothing. We are so hard-headed. We will go against each other and fight against each other for the smallest thing. And then in white folk, we give them all kind of passes. All kind of passes. They can say anything, do anything, and with yes, sir, you know, and we just make excuses why it's okay. No, we have to get to the point where we're done with both parties because we know that they're not, have not, and have never. Look up one thing that you can tell me, anybody in the chart, that Democrats have done just for Black people. Black folk go all out for Democrats. They owe you their souls. They owe you everything. And you can't tell me one thing that they did just. I'm not talking about a bill that's going to help everybody, just for Black folk. Because I can name several things they've done just for Indians, just for Pacific Islanders.
I'm going to cut you off. You want me to put the link in the chat with them? I'll let them speak their piece before I get off here. I can't be on here super late, but I'll let them say what they want to say because they like, oh yeah, I'm not letting them speak. But that's not even the topic.
That. It's about right now. We're trying to prove a point. We're not here to argue with anybody. We're just, if you want to listen, hear, and if not, then it's okay. Because my thing is, you do what you want to do, but I'm not going to be here all night either. But my thing is, this is educational. It's all about education. Because nobody can say, okay, the Democrats have just did this for Black people. They have not. They've not done anything. And you can go do the history. Look down the history. You can see how many things they've not done for Black people and how much they've done for everybody else.
Yeah, and Grandma used to say she looked it up, the James Byrd Hate Crime Act, and James Byrd was a brother who got dragged and all that stuff by a bunch of like white boys.
And he was gay.
No, not James
Who are you
Byrd.
talking about?
No, they because they is a James Byrd and a white boy, the white boy who was gay. They put that bill together. And they called
How
it.
has any of it helped Black people?
All right, hold on, let me, because we're gonna get off. I'm not gonna be on here. Yeah. Oh yeah, and the link was in the chat the whole time because Ben Uko is on here. So y'all, the link was in the chat the whole time. I don't know if they had came up here. My bad if they came up here. I didn't mean to not put them on here if they came up here. But I'll put it in the link. But listen, y'all gotta be quick though, bro, because I can't be on here. I'm gonna let y'all. I ain't gonna interrupt y'all. Let y'all speak out. Peace. I'm gonna hold on, Ben. Hold on, Ben. Before I do that, I have one more thing because this was really the point. This ain't have nothing to do with none of this. Y'all was just like so adamant about defending stuff.
The point of the matter was we were trying to help people understand how important it is for us to recognize how important it is for us to stick together and for us to do for us. That's really what it's all about. It's about us recognizing the Black so-called leaders that sold us out. That's really what it's all about. We're not up here arguing about anything because if you can't see for yourself, then there's nothing that we can say that's going to help you to be able to see, period. But go ahead.
All right. Okay. Hold on, Bakari. I'm gonna let you speak. Let me play the last video, Bakari. Let me see. It's only a second, Bakari. I'm gonna let you speak.
These people come to America and they get more done and established than the Black American. So you got to understand, why do these people look at you just the way they look at you? Because look, these people come over here and they get businesses and they start businesses and they put them in their own community. But Black people in America, they don't do that. They fight against each other, they argue with each other. But these people come out here, start their own businesses, put them in their own community, spend money with each other, and you don't see no violence within each other. You don't see people all dragging each other down the road, fighting, cursing each other out.
We do the same thing everybody else do. I don't know why we say stupid stuff like that. That's the dumbest thing I've heard. People, white folk, Black folk, green folk, blue people do the same thing everybody else do. Y'all think they don't do anything? You think they didn't get a money to be able to open up their businesses? Black folk could have opened up their own business if you give us money. If we get the same money that you giving the Jews, yeah, hell yeah, I have my own business. I wouldn't be in America with it, but I'm just saying. I'd have my behind somewhere else, but I'm gonna tell you what, I wouldn't be sitting up here on this live because I'd be doing my business, doing what I need to do. So no, I hate when people do that. White folk get businesses all the time because they have the money to do that. The Jews, they got how much money? They used to be at the bottom, just like we were at the bottom. And how did they get? They got loans, they got businesses, they got money. Government gave them money. So no, that's not true at all what he was just saying. But I rest my mic. Go ahead.
No, yeah, all right. So yeah, we're gonna let Bakari go, and nobody interrupt him. Let him get it all the way out. You know what I'm saying? So we can have a productive conversation and not be super long. Yeah, what's going on, my brother?
What's going on? What's going on, Cassandra and being a go? Look, I'm gonna show you, right? See what I'm talking about? When I say this is simple, it's simple. When I say y'all using social media narratives, right? When I said Tyrese was loud and wrong, he was loud and wrong about what he was saying. I didn't say not one time how they use a bill. And the reason I say he loud and wrong, it's amazing how black people have become the laughing stock. During the debate, I heard a guy say, "Oh, black people ain't worried about no facts. We got a narrative. As long as we spin a narrative, as long as we spin a narrative, like the narrative has been spinned by Drunk Joe Brown and Donald Trump. Kamala Harris never said she was black till she ran for." That's not true either. Kamala Harris put all these black people in jail. That is not true. And the only thing I want black people to do is stop following. I don't care who you vote for. People gonna disagree on politics. But think about these people whose people can show you what they are making up lies. I've shown it several times, but instead of people hearing a fact, I done went through the NBC articles. I've actually went through other articles. Then I sat there and let the people hear them talk about it when she was on Tavis Smiley and they talking about the things that was done. You can look up in California what she did. The point I'm making is we have to stop just running with a narrative. So then, because I get to the point of, we ain't fighting so-called white supremacy. We fighting black people. So then black people become dumb and stupid for voting for Democrats. Nothing never said about the other side. That's why I say we only fighting black people and we allow a narrative, the negative narrative about everything to get caught up in our head, and we would never, ever, ever do any research. I didn't know Obama signed a James Byrd bill into law back in 2010. It's not about whether how they use it. You can't say ain't nobody never wrote no bill for us. Then when somebody show you, well, it was a bill written for us, then turn it. No, but the point is they ain't never used it for us. The point that I'm making, this country ain't gonna do nothing. But if we started looking, and you want us to do better and get along and try to work together, we're gonna have to start looking at some facts and stop following these people who saying this stuff on social media just to say it for clicks and likes, or some of them, these bigger channels, is getting a check. Who these people are following, and we repeat it like it's just written in stone, and they saw that, but they are making up a lot of stuff they're saying. And when I can see more than one person, more than two people say in a debate while they're debating certain things and say, "Oh, black, we ain't worried about no facts. We go with the narrative. The narrative is what get it done." So I'm like, shit, I'm gonna start looking into some of this stuff that I was saying, because I was saying the same thing about Kamala. I said the same thing about Obama. I said the same thing about everybody. And the other side, Donald Trump, the people who want to do Project 2025, who nobody ever talk about, because we like to say, see how it gonna work out for you if Kamala wins. See how it gonna work out for you when the guy who has been president once asked the defense secretary, the Secretary of Defense, is it okay to call his military to shoot Black Lives Matter protesters? But now if he win presidency, he gonna make it illegal to protest. How is that gonna work out for you? Well, he's gonna make it where police get automatic immunity, where street level drug dealers, in the places where marijuana is not legal, where street level drug dealers is gonna get capital punishment. How is that gonna work out for us? We only see one side. I don't care how people vote. what they do. But to sit and just say one side, this person clearly, if we look and see their plan, clearly their plan is clearly and openly to wipe black folk completely out. Their plan is, if you go to public school, you are automatically in their military. You can go to the Department of Justice. Go look up Project 2025. You can go to the Department of Justice. You can go to the Department of Defense. I'm talking about, this is articles that they have written in their stuff. This is what you can go through and you can read. You got to get through a bunch of gibberish to get to some of this stuff. But we never talk about none of those things. It doesn't make a difference who you vote, how you vote. But to constantly let a narrative control us instead of searching facts, black people got every right to be upset with Democrats. Every damn right to be upset with Democrats. I ain't gonna be mad with black people for voting for Democrats, but we got every right. Democrats have failed black people. I say it 100 times, but I also tell black people, start looking at facts. Don't just follow narratives. One fact, and I'm gonna say this, then I'm almost stop. The one narrative that everybody ran with forever. Kamala Harris put thousands of black people in jail for marijuana, so on and so forth. No, she convicted 1,956. Only 45 went to jail. You know why? Only because if she allegedly did this only to black people. You know why only 45 went to jail? Because a program she had, people got to go get trade skills and all that shit for free and got their record expunged. You can look all of this up. So when I say, yes, she have done some stuff for black people, I'm not saying Kamala Harris is no damn savior for black people. That's not what I'm saying. We need to look at facts, though, and we need to stop following a narrative. We need to stop following a narrative and look up facts. I'm concerned about us understanding facts, because now it has gotten to the point almost like what they say Hitler did to the Jews: take the books, don't let them read. So now when you look at our young folks now, can't read and can't count, but then we got people here who don't want to read, and we're allowing other people to take a sentence and spin a narrative and would never tell the whole truth, and we never even look into it, never even look into, well, maybe they right about this, or maybe they wrong about this. I decided to look this stuff up, and I decided I was going to vote, because we like to use the word fear. And I can sit and I've shown this several times, how the government followed my daddy, and they actually tried to kill my daddy 3 times. Them crackers did. And everywhere him and his friends went, and I saw the voter intimidation they did. They can go to the polls and the police there, and when him and Orange Brooks and other folks stand up. But now the voter intimidation ain't at the polls. They can sit on social media and tell you, if Donald Trump lose, what we're going to do. And we never say nothing about them. We only call black people dumb and stupid for constantly voting for Democrats. Well, my fight is against the folks who I know want to kill me. My fight is against the folks who say it publicly. When the governor of a state can stand publicly and say, if Donald Trump lose, we going to get unhinged. What did Congress of a state, what senator in North Carolina say, if Donald Trump lose, what they are going to do to people if Donald Trump lose? Nah, ain't nobody going to intimidate me. It ain't about, oh, you voting for Democrats out of fear. No, I want Donald Trump to lose, because either black men going to take a stand or either black men ain't. But at the same time, I'm going to look up facts, and I ain't going to just roll with a narrative. So why I said, oh, dude was wrong about him screaming, he was loud and wrong. A bill they wrote for Asians, and they ain't ever did this. And if you read the bill really cover everybody. And I'm supposed to cover, I'm not talking about what they do. I'm not saying how they handle the bill. I'm talking about what's written in the bill is what he's loud and wrong about. That's all I'm talking about.
No. Oh, my bad. I thought you was done. My bad.
No, go ahead.
Hold on, Cassandra. I'm gonna let you go. Hold on, Cassandra, before you go in. Let me ask Bakari, question here. You know what I'm saying? Now, Bakari, because you was like, even with the whole, because you said something. Damn, I know you said something about like with narratives and stuff like that. Right now, I forgot what else you said. Damn, I forgot what I wanted to say. But anyway, I'll just ask you this, Bakari. Now with the narrative of like Jane, do you know who Matthew Shepard is? Like when you say you're just going off narrative.
Yeah, Matthew Shepard is a gay white dude.
Right, and when you look up the bill,
he was a gay white dude. Yes, his name is added to the bill.
No, it wasn't added to the bill. That was the bill. It was the Matthew Shepard James Byrd bill. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what passed.
Have you read? But what does the bill cover? What do the bill cover?
It's supposed to be about like hate crimes. You know what I'm saying?
It doesn't say anything about LGBTQ.
Yes, it does.
Where?
It says.
Tell me the section, because I'll look it up because I missed it. It talk about race.
Said, like one of the things it says, hate includes crimes motivated by a victim's actual perceived gender, sexual orientation, gender identity, disability. All of the law, all of the laws that come deal with discrimination. It covers, like sexual orientation as well as race, right? You know that, right?
Say that again. I understand what you said.
Like every bill, like when it comes to that, it includes that. But yeah, it's specifically about hate crimes because it was a gay white dude who got killed because of a quote unquote hate crime. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it was like made. That's how they pushed it. You know what I'm saying? Like as a black thing and the LBGT thing. You know what I'm saying?
I got you. Watch this. And I agree. That's how they're going to push it. So watch this. Is that black people? If black people vote for a Democrat and Democrat try to write a bill, is that black people being dumb and stupid? Wait a minute. I'm gonna ask you a question.
Okay.
Is that black people being dumb and stupid because the rest of the country don't like them? Is that black people? If I voted for these people and these people tried to write a bill for me, but these other people on the other side shot it down, just like with the farmers.
No, nobody shot it down. Nobody shot it down. No, it didn't get shot down.
I know it doesn't, because you had to add something else to it, just like the farm bill when it was originally written.
No,
strictly for black. Here the question I'm trying to ask. I say if they write a bill for you, okay, like the one Cory Booker wrote for the farmers originally, is the one people don't talk about. But the one he originally wrote, it was for black farmers only. What I'm saying is the people that voted for Cory Booker, the black people that voted for him, they got him in. He wrote a bill. Is it his fault? Is it those black people's fault?
That's not even
race. Oh my goodness, y'all don't.
I'm just
answering the question.
I gotta let Cassandra go because
I just tried to ask a question. And you don't want to answer the question because y'all want to keep putting everything on black folks.
You cut me off from what I was saying in the first place, though, Bakari. I'm trying to not make it be hella late. That's all,
I just asked a question. That's it. That's all I did.
Now listen, Bakari. The first thing you got, because that's what I remember I wanted to say. The first thing you got wrong, because nobody ever talks about we sat here and just went through the whole thing about the other side. You know damn well we talk about all the other. We make fun of the black Republicans the same way we do as the goofy black Democrat dudes. Like Van Jones sitting there crying is just as goofy as the dude Byron Donalds or Tim Scott. Both of them is hella goofy. So when you're saying that doesn't work here, you know what I'm saying? You can take that somewhere else, you know what I'm saying? And then with the Asian hate crime bill, you know what I'm saying? Like, Bakari, that's why because you was like, I don't care how they enforce it. I don't care what they do with it.
That is
just
not
like
what I said.
Hold on, Bakari. Hold on. That is not what I said. That is what you just said. Now hold on, Bakari.
That is not what I said.
Yeah, that is.
But that is not what I said. No, that
you
is
said
not
it doesn't matter how they enforce it. You said
said.
They put the thing on there with black people. It doesn't matter what happens afterwards. That's what you just said. But
no,
what I said,
that is not what I said. But go ahead.
But yeah, no, because my point is like, right, let's like, because I was gonna take it on some history stuff, just like with the 14th Amendment, right? Because they was like, they passed that for Black people, but what they did was actually make corporations to be considered persons. And when corporations have passed, like it's like only a handful, like 5 Black people have used the 14th Amendment, and like corporations is like thousands of them. You know what I'm saying? So when you say the Asian hate crime bill, that's why I asked you, how did they use? That's why people call it the Asian hate crime bill, because they not only used it for Asians, they only used it for Asians who were against Black people. They only charged Black people with that thing, Bakari, and they used Black people to push the law in the first place. And they only used it for Asian people, which is why they call it the Asian hate crime bill. And because they kept saying, well, the COVID-19 was coming out of China or whatever, because they eat bats or whatever the hell they do, eat cats or whatever. They literally did. That's why I asked you, because you're saying, well, it doesn't matter as long as they tell you something. It doesn't matter what they do.
That's not what I said, dude. See, this is the thing. You say I cut you off, but you lying. That's not what I did not say.
That's narrative. You're pushing a narrative. You're the only one that came on here pushing a narrative.
That is not what I said. What I said was my exact word was, I knew exactly what I said. I never said how they use it. I said Tyrese was loud and wrong, talking about what they wrote and what they didn't write.
And that's why I'm asking you, what's wrong? No. Let me ask you, what's wrong with calling the Asian hate crime bill? If they only use it for Asians, what's wrong with calling the Asian hate crime bill? What's wrong with that if they only use it for Asians?
See, but what you're gonna have to do,
if he's wrong,
but if you read it, it say hate crimes. It doesn't just say it. If you read it, that's what I'm telling you.
Now go read the court
That's what I'm telling you. That's what I'm telling you.
Because that's
so are we gonna read? So are you gonna talk about the bill or the court case? I'm just talking about. I said what the bill said.
What is the bill for, Bakari? The bill is to stop hate crime.
It's right? A hate crime. It's a hate crime bill. That's what it is. Right. And see,
okay,
my thing is, I don't concern myself with these bills anyway. But since Black people is so stuck on, they need to write a bill for me.
You the one talking about Project 2025. You the one scared, like, oh, they ain't gonna let us protest. You are scared. You are worried about these bills. You the one that's
not a bill, dude. That's not a narrative. That is something you can look up and read.
It's the narrative. You know how I can name everything that you was gonna argue with. That's how I know it's a narrative. Because like
you didn't name anything that I was gonna argue with. You said it in what you and then in the process, what you did, you lie and say, see, this is what you said. That is not what I said, because we don't have the ability to say, you know what, maybe I'm gonna look this up. And that's all I'm trying to get Black folks to do is stop following a narrative.
So narrative,
some stuff up. That's all I'm saying.
Narrative aside.
That's all I'm saying.
Okay, narrative aside, Bakari. Now, if I pass a bill and only use it to enforce it for Asians, would I be crazy for saying, well, this is an Asian bill then? Would that be wrong for me to say that? Oh, it doesn't say that there on the paper. You know what I'm saying? But where they only use it to enforce the thing. And we know where the whole talking point come from when Donald Trump said, oh, the Chinese virus. And so we know, like, you don't use use context or anything. You just take, oh, well, I read the bill. It says this.
You think
that's why
they
use the words they use, bro.
Do you think that's when they wrote the bill? Because Donald Trump said that?
Bro, when was the bill written, Bakari? When was the bill written?
After that white boy killed all them Asians up here in
all them
Asians.
That's not why they passed the bill, Bakari. Like, yo, I did coverage on this thing. They literally were showing a Black man in a store beating up a Chinese dude, and showing another Black dude beating up another dude.
I got you. I never said. See, once again, I never said they didn't show that. I said the bill was passed after that white dude, because he killed like 9 Asian people, walked into massage parlors and everything. I want to say it was in Ackworth or Woodstock, somewhere up North Georgia on 75 going toward Chattanooga.
So you saying that's why
that's what
I
didn't
saying.
Say. I didn't say that. I said yes. That's when. That's when
why they passed the crime bill.
And then when
is that what you're saying?
Oh my goodness, no. I'm gonna say what I'm. If you listen, you'll hear what I'm saying. Then
you're not gonna answer the question. I know you ain't gonna answer that question.
But if you listen, you will hear what I'm saying. Then you won't have to ask, because then you'll know what I'm saying without asking. Is that what you're saying?
But you keep saying you didn't say that after you said it, though. That's why I'm going to ask you now. Are you saying that they passed the bill because the white boy shot up a bunch of Asians?
I say that's when. I didn't say that's because. When and because are two different things, bro. When and because is two different things.
Well, I'm talking about they passed it because they was blaming it on black people, and they only used it because they charged black people. And I'm asking you to prove me wrong. Just like I'm saying, you say you read the James Byrd crime bill. Well, did you read the cases? Because I've seen all of that. I've been talking about all of this before this whole thing, and you keep saying a narrative. And when I've been talking about this, because I talk about history in the first place, and I've been saying that. Like,
watch this. So watch this. So are we gonna talk about the cases, or are we gonna talk about the bill that was written? See, those are two different things.
Oh my goodness.
Those are two different things.
What?
In my point,
the law to be able to enforce
So someone asked you a question. Somebody. Was Tyrese
talk about the law? How they enforce the law?
No. So was Tyrese telling the truth when he said they never wrote nothing for black folk? I'm just asking. Was he telling the truth when he said that?
Okay.
I ain't talking. That's the question that was asked. Was he telling the truth? And that's what I said he was loud and wrong about. That's what I said. And instead of people looking up to say, you know what?
What have Kamala Harris and Biden passed for black people? Yeah, what?
Oh my.
I'm asking you what? I'm saying I don't know.
Once again,
I'm asking you, my brother.
Once again, my point was proved. That's why you avoid.
What is it? I said I don't know. My answer is I don't know, and I'm asking you what is it?
And that's all. And that's all I said.
I know. I'm saying I don't know. I'm saying I don't know if there is. Is there one?
How you gonna say you don't know? You just mentioned the James Byrd Act.
No, he said Joe Biden, Kamala Harris skipped over black people to give something for whatever. Joe Biden skipped over to do something for Asians. I'm asking you what and you just said James Byrd, it was for gay people. I just told you over and over. I don't care how they enforce the law, but let's talk about the law. But are you talking about how they enforce the law? It was for gay people.
You say it was for gay people. I say it was for James Byrd. I say it was for black people because James Byrd was a black. That's the name I know.
So name one black person that was lynched and was charged. They got the James Byrd thing. I can name you. I can tell you a gay white boy that was that got
I know because that ain't my thing. See, look what they did. Look what they did. That's not
what you came on here talking about. Y'all don't do no research and you're going by narrative.
Because guess what? You still watch this. You still haven't answered the question. So was Tyrese telling the truth or not? I'm going to see if you're honest. Was Tyrese lying or not?
It was an Asian hate crime. They did pass. Joe Biden did pass.
And they never wrote nothing. And they never wrote nothing for black folk.
Can you tell me what they wrote for black people?
Okay, the Civil Rights Act. That was one thing they wrote.
She said Joe Biden. He said Joe Biden.
Just for black people.
And Bakari. Oh my goodness. So what I'm gonna do is. So what I'm gonna.
Okay,
so what I'm gonna do is.
It was stop the Black Power movement. I think there was something they did to us. That's what I'm saying. I think.
What was to stop the Black Power movement?
I'm saying LBJ passing the civil rights thing, but that didn't have nothing to do with what that he said.
Oh my goodness.
I don't even think that was for the black people. I don't even think that's correct.
And once again, you still haven't answered the question, dude. You still haven't answered the question.
I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no. Then they didn't pass nothing for black people because you can't name one thing.
No, because he didn't say Joe Biden. He said there's never been a bill. He didn't say Joe Biden.
He said they skipped over the black and brown community. They wasn't talking about black and brown in 1960, Bakari. He was not talking about that, bro. It was no black and brown or none of that stuff.
So okay,
he was talking about Joe Biden and them skipped over black and brown You know what I'm saying? To make
So the James,
Asian
so the
crime
James,
bill. And
so the James,
no then.
so the James Byrd Act had nothing to do with black folks. I know his name written on. So when you say nothing ever written,
So tell me a black person that has something to do with
oh
it.
my goodness. So once again, you don't answer the questions, dude. You don't answer the question. What you do, you go around the question, which is cool because it really don't make a difference to me.
I said no.
I told you.
I'm telling
Watch
you
this.
no.
Because once
right.
again,
Tyrese was dead ass right. Now that's
okay,
the answer
good.
what you want to hear.
Okay.
Yeah, he was dead ass right. Now prove that wrong.
Whatever. Look, I'm not gonna try. I'm gonna tell you
Because
again.
you can't,
Watch this. I'm gonna tell you again. It doesn't matter. But when you sit here and y'all call people cowards, and y'all call people cowards, and
you call people cowards every time. What are you talking about?
Watch this. And call people. Watch this. And call people dumb and stupid. I'm gonna show you something, right?
You
and
call
I'm
black
say
people
again,
chimps,
wait a minute.
Bakari. You be like
Watch
making
this.
monkey
Watch
noises
this.
about black people, and now
Watch this, because watch this, because it's a whole lot of them out here chimping around for Trump. There's a whole lot of them.
But now you saying don't call black people stupid though. So what you saying we chimping?
I'm gonna say again.
There's no difference.
Say again because I can't finish my point. So what I'm gonna say is right, because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna finish my point. Because if you ever let me finish my point, you'll know what I'm saying. But to call somebody saying, "Oh, see, this is the thing." Some people gonna take a stand. Some people is okay with Trump winning. Some people say they want Trump to lose to see what the other side gonna do. But when you spin a narrative and say, "Well, whatever y'all get is what y'all get when Kamala win." So what do you get if Trump win? See, I know what they say they're gonna do if Trump lose, and I'm one of the ones.
Nobody's voting.
And I'm one of the ones.
I'm not voting for Trump.
You are on here pushing Kamala. We're not saying
I'm not pushing anybody, but I just told you a narrative that y'all.
You said Kamala.
Wait a minute, hold on. You just sat up here defending. You just sat up here defending Kamala's record when she did arrest 127,000 black folk and Hispanics. Okay, she did. She did.
When?
What
Show
you
me
mean when?
Where you got that
I'm
from?
gonna read it to you. Hold on, because I ain't gonna argue with you because I'm going to bed. Hold on, let me show you. This was done she did it in 2019. It said before 2000. Hold on. Let me get the dates. Between 2011 and 2016, it said at least 127,000 blacks and Hispanics were sent to prison in California during the time Kamala Harris served. Okay, that's one point. Okay, listen, I'm not gonna argue with you. It talked about the 115,000 was arrested on marijuana cases, right? Then you talked about the 2025, that bill is mostly talking about immigrants, it's talking about people of color. It mentioned a couple of things, LGBT, but that really is not for black people. You act like we didn't go through. Listen, you act like we didn't go through slavery. We went through slavery. 2025, that project has nothing to do. They're talking about people of color, which we're not, and they're talking about immigrants. Also, I read the bill.
Project 2025 is not a bill yet. It's not a bill yet. It's the plan for the future.
Hold on. I read that. Listen, you so busy trying to run your mouth. I'm not going to argue with you. I'm going to say what I have to say and I'm going to bed, right? Then you talked about Obama with the black farmers, okay? The black farmers, he awarded them money, but they never got that money because the white farmers filed a lawsuit to stop it, right? Then in 2024, they tried it again. But this time, they didn't just put black farmers up there. They put black farmers and they mixed them in with everybody else, people of color, okay? The minorities. That's not who we are. So you talk a good game, but you're not reading all your facts. So I'm not voting. I don't vote for people that don't do anything for me. I don't give a damn about Trump. I don't give a damn about Kamala. What I care about is black folks' freedom, period. We sitting up here arguing about something that shouldn't even matter. We have so much other stuff to be thinking about. We thinking about what Kamala, she already told you she's not going to do anything. So you want to argue, you want to vote for a person that already told you that she's not going to do anything for you, which makes no sense to me. But you do what you, and trust me, 2025 is going to be a year the black folk will never forget. If that woman, and I don't believe in voting for either one. Why can't we vote for our own person, our own political party? Why can't we vote for independents? There's more parties out here besides a red and a blue. The black people only see red and blue. there are other people out here that's running that we could actually vote for that might be able to get something done for us. But we so blinded and want to argue against each other about two people that already has told you and already has shown you that they're not going to do anything for you. So what we did, we went from one political party that said, I'm not going to do anything for you, to another one that's never done anything for Black people. So make it make sense. And I rest my mic and I'm going to bed. Y'all have a good night.
You know what? I'm glad she said everything she said. And don't even that's why when I tried to ask the question and Forecast went to talking loud, because I'm glad Cassidra spoke and she proved my point when I said about the bill that was written by Cory Booker. I said, was that the Black people that voted for Democrats, what is it their fault that white people sued and tied it up in court and they had to change it? That's what I said. I say if
yes, is their fault because they could have done an executive order, just like Biden, just like Trump. They wrote a writing executive order. Nobody can fight it. If you write out an executive order, which is what Biden did for the Asians, whatever, right? Write an executive order because they know them crackers was gonna fight against it. They know them crackers was gonna tie it up. They wasn't really trying to give Black folk nothing. Stop acting. Stop, Bahari. Stop with the bull crap because you already know how these crackers think. They wasn't trying to get them niggas nothing because when they wrote it again, they put everybody in it. They didn't even just give it to Black people, period. So stop.
Cassandra, you don't even hear that. We are agreeing on that point. We are agreeing on that point. The point that I'm making is the people that Black folk voted in literally wrote it for them is the point that I'm making. We agree.
Write an executive order. Why not?
What I'm saying, Cassandra, we agree on this. That's what you want to. We absolutely agree on this. We agree.
So what is you fussing about then?
No, my point was no. When I say when we talk about the people for who they vote for, I say they voted for somebody who wrote them a bill. It's not their fault that though it started with this. I can't even think of his name.
It's Obama's fault because he didn't do an executive order. Why did he do an executive order? Period. Trump did. Biden did. They always do write executive orders. So why not write an executive order? If you really want this thing to go and you know how them crackers feel, write an executive order.
Obama wasn't in the office with Cory. I don't even know. I can't remember.
But Obama told you, I can't do that. I can't do just for Black people. But he was doing for the LGBT, just for the LGBT. Come on now. Don't sit up there and tell me you can't do something for Black people, but you can sit up there and do it just for LGBT.
And you know what, Cassidra? I absolutely agree with that.
I'm going to bed.
I absolutely agree with that. I never said they shouldn't. But okay, my point is this country is gonna sue every time you try to do something for Black people, right? So the point that I'm making is, I don't know if he could have executive ordered the. Now, according to
executive,
I'm talking about for the farm bill. I'm talking about for that farm bill that Cory Booker wrote.
We're talking about the farm bill that Obama wrote. Obama wrote a farm bill, and you need the date to that too. You need a date because I can give you a date on that too.
When did Obama write a bill?
I'm sorry. All right.
But what I'm saying is, if the politician you voted for tried, now we got to look at the other side and say this is what they did. We can't just always look at what if they. I don't know if he could write. I don't know about no bill. I ain't never know the president to write a bill. So
Obama wrote a thing in when was it? 2000. Hold on, let me see. Was it 2000? Hold on, let me see. Hold on. 2010. Okay, 2010. He signed over 1.15 billion funds as far as for the farmers, right? I may be wrong. For the farmers, okay? And of course, white folks stepped in and they go, oh, no, we're not doing this because you can't do this, tied it up. So my thing is, all he had to do was make an executive order. And if he had wrote that executive order, it would have stood. He knew that. Let's not act like Obama is the dumbest man in the world. He knew what to do, but he chose not to for whatever reason, right? just like Trump got in office and he wrote executive order after executive order. Now say he did. And he made sure his people was taken care of. But every time it come to black folk, we want to pussyfoot around like we can't do just for. Because Obama told you that. He said, I can't just do for. And that's what Kamala sound like when she say, well, she can't just do for black folk, but you doing just for the Asians.
Actually, Obama
just
said he
for,
was scared. Actually, Obama said he was
what he
scared.
told you, he said, I cannot, I'm the president of everybody. He said, I can't just do. That's what he said. I'm the president of everybody. Okay, we're not saying that you're not, but be the president for us for a minute and write us an executive order, just like Trump. He wrote his people an executive order. Kamala told you, I can't do this, I can't. But she just gave her people $10 million. Gave black folk 500,000. Make it make sense. So let's not sit up here and act like these people ain't no party trying to do nothing for black folk. Nothing. Because I've never seen them, nobody has written anything just for black folk. Period. And if they did, when you talked about the Civil Rights Bill, they only did that because black folk was burning down the country. They did that because they knew that they weren't going to use it for black folk no way. They use that bill for everybody. Just like if they give you a hate crime bill, they're not going to use it for you.
And sometime, and I know this, when they wrote the affirmative action, and I just remember Dr. Claude Anderson talking about this, and because I appreciate his economic plan. If you remember Dr. Claude Anderson talking about this, you know Dr. Claude Anderson said it was the so-called black leaders that gave away the affirmative action, said it wasn't fair just for black people. He even called their names. He even said he even said a few names.
We know how they operate. They've been doing that for centuries. Those are the people that
I want
need
to say
to
he
get out
said
of office.
Jesse Jackson, Sharp. No, he was talking about like Jesse Jackson, Sharpton, Farrakhan. He said they said that wasn't fair to do it just for black people. So that's why that was switched up allegedly.
Well,
later on,
allegedly,
because when it was originally written, of course, but then later on, yeah, they say that's why that's why that was given away because our so-called leaders fought for that to be given away.
No,
well, our so-called, we don't have leaders. We don't have black leaders. But every black leader that we've ever had has sold us out. Make it make sense. Every last one. They have never, and they will never do anything because they're so money hungry. You have black leaders that's been civil rights. They were in the civil rights, marching with Martin Luther King. What they do? Soon that dude died. They sold out, got their little $3 million. Maxine Waters, Karen Bass, Elijah Lewis, John Lewis, Elijah. All of them people. They was in the civil rights. They sold out, and they said, "Hey, this is what we're gonna do for you. We're gonna give you some leadership positions over here. Give you $3 million a year, go sit your asses down." And that's exactly what they did. Don't say nothing for black folk. Don't promise them nothing. Don't do nothing for them. They told Kamala Harris that too. They told her that. Don't promise them nothing. Hillary told her that. Obama told her that.
Kamala says she'll sign a bill for reparation.
No, she said she believes in a study. She never said she would be. Show me where she said that. She said a study. I believe in a study. That's what she said.
I'm talking about when Al Sharpton. You ain't see when Al Sharpton asked her the question.
When did she say that? Is that something new? Can we get it in writing?
That was
okay. If she said that, then let's get it in writing. I'm not gonna give it to me
now,
in writing.
I want to tell you, now it ain't like that. Now watch this. It ain't the fact that I believe
it passes in Congress and she'll sign it.
It's not the fact. It's not the fact that I believe that. It's not the fact that I give a damn about none of them. I tell you, I was gonna vote for Joe Biden after them white folks started sending threats. I wasn't gonna vote at all till they start talking about what they gonna do. I'm telling you why I'm gonna vote.
I don't give a dang on what they do. You just be ready for whatever they do. You just be ready. Period. My thing is, I don't care. I don't have time to sit up here and look for looking crackers and see what they're gonna do. I don't give a damn what they're gonna do. Don't come over here. As long as you don't come over here, you come over here. I'm gonna handle my business. But you stay over there. You do whatever you want out there. Just as long as you don't come up in here. Because when you come over here, then I'm gonna do what I need to do because you're not gonna hurt me for free. Period. But until then, I'm gonna keep pushing and I'm gonna keep building and I'm gonna keep doing for my people. Black folk, period. I don't give a damn what anybody else y'all want to do. You do. If you don't, you don't. But I'm not sitting up here worried about what crackers, what they say they're going to do. I don't care what they do. I don't care. I can care less because they got to handle them immigrants because the immigrants coming. The police officers going to have, they've already said what they're going to do. Them immigrants already told the police, we're coming. Good. Let them come. Move out of the way, black folk, and let them handle their business. As long as they don't come over here messing with us. But when they come over, we need to do what we need to do. Period. So I'm done arguing with y'all. Have a good night. We're gonna have to do this next
Yeah,
week.
we're gonna finish it up. And what is Marry Me Chicken, by the way? I don't know what Marry Me Chicken is, but shouts out to Blanca, Bawana, and Raw who came in the chat. All right, so yeah, Raw. I'm sorry, Raw. Bakari, yo, go ahead and vent, my brother. Go ahead, let it out. And it's it's all love, my brother. You already know. But it's no lesser of two evils. That's all I'm trying to tell you, my brother.
There's no lesser. All of evil.
It's all evil. Evil, like Bakari look like Eddie Murphy in that movie. Like evil is good. She only locked up a few black people. Evil is good. Nah, go ahead, Bakari.
Well, I'm like I said, what people was talking about, those marijuana charges when she was in San Francisco. And my point was, once again, some things can be looked up.
And
that's
we just
all
looked
I'm
it
saying.
up. So now
And
what? 127,000 blacks and Hispanics were sent to prison in California during the time Kamala Harris served.
Okay,
as
good.
state
Okay, good. I
attorney
got you.
general.
Okay, I got you. I ain't say she never sent nobody to jail, but I'm gonna
Lord have mercy.
because a narrative was spent. They sent that people non-violent marijuana charges to prison. That is not true. That okay, I got you. But consider,
hold on,
that have nothing to do with the point that I'm talking about.
And that's
because we don't want to hear, and that's what I'm talking about. That okay, well, we can't even say maybe.
What are you talking about? We're reading it. What are you talking about?
Okay, show me what she said. You ain't gonna read nowhere where it said 127,000 non-violent. Okay, what page is that?
Hold on, I'm finna show it to you right now.
No, what source is it? What source is it?
Hold on, I'm finna show you right now. I'm finna try to turn this thing around. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it. I don't know if y'all can see
that.
it.
No, what's the name of the source?
Do you see that? Do you see that?
Okay, where's the article?
Let me see.
It's right here.
Okay.
Are you
Newsmax? Newsmax.
Look up here.
Okay, it come from Newsmax. I got
but
you.
It doesn't matter. I just saw other ones. Hold on.
It come from.
Right.
And watch this. But
we
that
don't
have
want to get
nothing
hung up on this stuff.
No, but the point that I was making, that have nothing to do with what I was saying. That have nothing to do with what I was saying.
Bakari, you will argue with whoever. Ain't nobody got time for you. I'm going to bed. Good night.
I understand you don't, but that have nothing to do with what I was saying.
Okay. Good night. Have a good night. Y'all talk to y'all next
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Because Cassidra, I'm gonna let you finish, Bakari. Thank you, Cassidra, for coming on here. And Cassidra was traveling today, so she got a lot going on. So thank you for still coming through and doing the live, Cassidra. And we're gonna be back.
And thank you for coming on, Bakari. You want to just hear yourself talk. Have a good night. Thank you, guys.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, good. I'm glad she showed Newsmax. See, this is why Kofi say MAGA talking points. Newsmax is an extremely right-wing, conservative, far-right. Once again, see, my stuff came from NBC. Her stuff came from a right-wing, far-right, and that's the point I'm making. And even that had nothing to do with what that's what I'm talking about when I say look up the evidence about sending non-violent first-time marijuana dealers to jail. She sent over 1,000. That's what I said wasn't true. That's what I said wasn't true.
Bakari, is black people slaves?
I don't know if you're a slave or not, dude. I can't.
I said it's black people. I said it's black. I said
look,
me or you. I said
I'm gonna tell. Look, I don't have those conversations, man. If somebody feel they're a slave, they're a slave. I can't answer for no one. I can't answer. I can't answer for anyone else. No, okay. This is what I'm gonna say. I can't answer for anyone else. I can't tell nobody else if they're a slave or not, because I hear a lot of y'all say y'all slaves. Then I hear a lot of us say we ain't. So I can't answer that question.
Is black people doomed?
It's getting close to there. They're not completely doomed yet, but it's getting close.
No, okay, Bakari. So I remember what I wanted to say now, right? See, this is what I don't understand about you and Kofi, right? Because when you be like, yo, you think you should make fun of black people who vote Republican?
Do I make fun of black people that vote Republican? No, I don't make fun of black people that vote Republican. Now, if you want to know where I got the monkey sound from, I'll tell you where I got the monkey sound and start using the monkey sound. Would you like to know why I use the monkey sound?
I'll be honest, like, because
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why I start using it.
MG2 do it too. I don't like it when
No,
black
but would you
people
like
do
me?
that, though.
But would you like me to tell you why I start using it?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's this guy who pro boxer, you know, Tank Davis, who I really used to like, and I heard people talking about it. And you remember that guy Ryan Garcia? He went on that racist rant. That Mexican boxer said he wanted to join the KKK and lynch N-words. He wanted to dig up George Floyd and kneel on his neck. And you see people like Tank Davis and all those other black people, Tank Davis, Keyshawn Davis, Floyd Schofield Sr. You see all these black people become friends with him. Even after he make that statement, he go meet Tank Davis in the ring and they give each other, I'm like, shit, he's a monkey. That's why. And I got it from somebody else. That's why I said that, because I was like, wow, obviously they don't see themselves as black. Somebody talking about they want to join the KKK to lynch N-words and want to dig up George Floyd and they want to do this to N-words. Obviously they don't consider themselves black if they become partners with that guy. That's why I started using monkey sound.
I feel you. I feel you. I would call them a clone now. I would say clone now, but I know like you and MG2 are probably.
But I ain't
more,
using it no more. I ain't using it no more. I ain't using it no more because Erica Howard told me she don't like it, so I'm not gonna use it.
I don't like that shit either, bro. Because
I'm not gonna use it anymore.
Say, bro, like, come on, it's like saying the N word. You know what I'm saying? No different.
I'm not gonna use it. Like I said, and I got it from someone else. I got it from other people, and it was funny. And I'm like, damn, I really used to love Tank and thought Tank was something like, wow, you ride with somebody who say all this about black people. You must be a monkey for real. Then he got an 8 tattooed on his stomach.
Blanca says she left. No, she was tired. She been traveling all day, so she had to go to sleep. And I think she worked tomorrow. I do too, for real. And Bawana says, Bakari a Democrat or just a Kamala-crat?
Actually, I'm black. See, it's amazing how that
ain't got nothing to do with black.
It's amazing how everybody can miss the point when I say I'm voting because white people done send threats talking about, they basically telling black folks you better not go vote. They can't go to the polls the way they used to. So now they'll send threats on social media. They'll send them through their governor. They'll send them through their senator. And anybody who say they don't care about what white folks do. We don't care about what white folks do.
If that's the case, why don't you just take the smoke straight to them then? Like, forget voting and all that stuff. Like, you wanted to start or whatever. Like, let's just take the smoke to them. I'll go with you.
This is the thing. I didn't send the threats and say I'm finna start something. They sent the threats. So I said, okay, I'm gonna see what they gonna do. So if we don't care about what they say and what they do, there's no need to talk about this. So I tell people why I'm gonna vote. You understand what I'm saying? I said I wasn't gonna vote because with nobody to vote for.
Yeah, but Bakari, my thing
until they start sending threats.
Yeah, Bawana, I did notice how Bakari dodged the hell out that question. But he does a lot of questions. He does a lot.
I'm black. That's my political.
Black people ain't talking about Kamala. Well, Kamala Harris ain't black.
She's mixed.
All right, so I said she's not black. You said
okay, and I said she's mixed. I never sat up here and said, "Ooh, Kamala is black." No.
Well, Democrats ain't black.
I say I'm black. He asked me what I am. He didn't ask me about a Democrat. He asked me about me. I can't answer for nobody else. He said, "What am I?" My political party is black.
My question is for you and Kofi, because you can see how black people is troubled talking about the Republican plan, escaping the Democratic plantation for the Republican plantation. You can see the trouble, but y'all can't see how it's kind of the same thing. Like, it would be no different from like your boy Brandon talking about Republicans like the same way that y'all talk about Democrats. Kind of the same thing. You don't think so?
I have said 100 times, I know why black people is upset with Democrats. Democrats, see, people forget all that when I say that. Democrats have failed black people. I know why black people is mad with Democrats. I understand that. Then I explain why I'm voting in this election. I told you why I'm voting. I know, I said 100 times, I know why black people mad. And black people should be mad with Democrats. They should be mad.
So the answer is yes. You can see how people would call the black people pushing Democrats the same way that black people pushing. So you're saying yes. You can notice how you would look at them two the same kind of way. You know, that what you're saying?
Yeah, but I'm just saying, I understand why black people don't like. I understand why black people upset with. I say that 100 times, but people seem to forget that. But Donald Trump finna advertise to y'all with menthol cigarettes.
Yeah, and the girl finna advertise you with hot sauce. This is like the same thing. Like one goes to the watermelon patch and one more.
When did she use hot sauce?
Bro, the girl talking about cooking stuff in the tub now. Like, come on now. Like black people ain't cooking nothing in no goddamn tub. Talking about some damn what she said, collard greens or whatever it is.
She say that's what she say that's what she say that's what they watched it. I ain't they because I ain't never said in the tub. I don't know what kind of tub they got washing the collard greens in. Who washing their collard greens in the same place they washing their ass?
That's what I'm saying. Black people ain't saying nothing like that. Like I know Bakari was like, hell no, I ain't washing no damn tub now.
No, look, the same thing everybody else has said about Kamala, I have said. But it was some stuff I just said, I'm gonna decide to just look up and see if all that stuff is true. Then it just come to find out all that stuff just ain't true, and that's just a fact. I don't care how mad people get. I don't care what article Cassidra or anybody else pull up. All that stuff that people said about Kamala and putting people in jail for the truancy laws, that stuff just is not true. And black people can't accept the fact that it is not true. And that's why when Kofi said MAGA talking points, because most of that stuff that's black people is saying literally come from Donald Trump.
Donald Trump everything anybody says is MAGA.
I said most.
Y'all say that about me. He said that about me.
I said most. I said most, and I was about to give you an example. Down to the point when they say, oh, she was never black till she ran for president. That ain't true either. She discussed her black side. I'm just being honest. She did. And if people say she didn't, that's because they didn't want to hear it. She discussed her black side. She discussed her black side way before running for president.
I can't wait to see. I can't wait to
and you can say, and this is the thing, you can say, Lord have mercy, but y'all don't want to hear the truth. The truth bother black. Damn, they going against our narrative. No, dude, some facts is just facts. Yeah, some facts is just facts.
Is she black, Bakari? Is she black now? Like Bakari now is a narrative. Mixed. I know she's goddamn mixed. And what we been saying about mixed people for 5 goddamn years, Bakari.
And that's what I just said. She discussed her black. She discussed her black side way before she ran for president. Is what I just said.
On the right, man. You know, I can't wait to see you and Kofi get your booty to the pole music video that y'all gonna do for Kamala Harris. Get your booty to the vote poll and y'all vote or die shirts on. I can't wait to see it, Bakari. Y'all could take P. Diddy play, not the other stuff, but I'm saying in the vote or die campaign.
See, most of these people talking about they ain't gonna vote in this election. They ain't gonna vote in none.
Or maybe if you get a black, or maybe if we put our money behind a candidate, I might.
Bam! That's exactly what my last show was about. Money and organization rule today. It doesn't make a difference.
I know it don't make a difference.
If black people put their money together and you wanted something, I said that in my last live. If they wanted something, when people talk about look what she gonna do for the Hispanics, of course she gonna do something for the Hispanics. They just gave her $45 million.
It don't make a difference. Of course. If black people get together, it don't make a difference. Do it.
Of course she's gonna do something. They gave her $45 million. So if black people would put their money together and stop, but when we put their money together and say, we're going to get behind this politician.
Actual black person this time, or actual black person. No, not a mixed person either. Not a cop either, a mixed cop or Donald Trump. You know what I'm saying? Both of them are the same. That's what I don't understand.
No, Donald Trump and Kamala Harris is not the same.
The same.
They are nowhere near the same.
All of them are white nationalists.
They are nowhere They are nowhere near the
close,
same.
bro. They're pretty close to the same.
And it's okay to say that, but it's okay to say that. In everything I've said about mulattoes, you heard me say this before. I don't just they gonna find one or two that gonna have your back. I done said that 100 times. It bothered you when I said I know a little mulatto brother who want to teach black people how to survive. Well, why can't we find a black person to do it? Do you know a black person that want to go out here and train black people how to survive in the wood like Maroon?
I'm
Answer
black
to that,
only.
watch
I'm
this.
sorry, I'm black only. I don't
Watch
believe
this.
in y'all having white wives. I'm sorry.
And the answer to that was no. So that young dude who's 20 years old and want to train black people how to, and that young dude who's 20 years old and want to train black people how to do that, instead of saying, you know what, I'm gonna use it. What y'all do with, dude? I keep telling you, like, why would I turn down something that this dude right here know that I don't? Oh, because he only half black. That don't make sense. But y'all say y'all can use Donald Trump. He ain't got no black in him, but he can be used.
I didn't say that. I disagree with that. 100%. But the problem is, I disagree just as much, though. That's the problem. Y'all saying the same thing, just on different sides. Y'all two sides of the same coin. You don't see that. You're no different from that. That's the point.
Well,
and he's no different from you.
If that's what you want to say, that okay, well, now, and you have the right to say that. But I know one thing: anybody who want to learn how to survive and gonna want to learn how to do things in the woods and live off the, and you got somebody who want to show you, and I ain't gonna let him show me because he's a lot of
people. Certainly, no black people capable of doing that. We gotta find a
okay,
somebody with some white blood. We gotta have some white blood at least.
Do you know the? So do you know the person that's not mixed that do it? I'll wait.
Yeah,
do you know? No, yeah. I say, do you know? Do you know the person that's not mixed that do it?
I actually joined this thing. I guess I could say the Fred Hampton Club or whatever here, and he do training, and it's a place called Emporia here, where it's like a bunch of woods and stuff like that, where you do training. So I personally do. So I'm just saying.
So why now? How many because they got the Fred Hampton Gun Club.
Yeah, the one that's here in Richmond.
It's a chapter. They got one here too. Yeah, and when you go out there and start dealing with them, watch and see how many non-black people you're gonna see out there with them in the Fred Hampton Gun Club. I just want you to know that before you get excited, thinking that everything you ready to deal with is all black.
Oh, I know that. Oh, that's my thing, Bakari. I know that. That's the problem, Bakari. That's because I joined and trying to look for other groups. Like, it ain't all black, Bakari, because ain't nobody all black. Like that's what I'm saying. Like that's one of the problems there. You know what I'm saying? It's good for what it is, though. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. And I will shout them out. You know, and but want to say don't talk about. But we should be shouting out these groups and clubs that we all join. You know.
But I'm cool with people that's in the Fred Hampton that was in Fred Hampton Gun Club, with the Huey P. Newton, with the Huey P. Newton Gun Club, and I don't even know why they're separate. I don't know why they're separate. And I asked them, matter of fact, I had it on my channel. It ain't even on there no more. But my son was there, he could tell you, like, I said, man, why y'all answering all these questions to these white folks at the damn festival? Like, why you got this gun? Ask them why they here asking you. I ran them off. But whatever it is they're doing, they say by their rule, by their law, they can't turn no one away just because they're not black.
Right.
Yeah, that's Fred.
But the problem is they don't want to turn nobody away because they ain't black either. There's a difference when you can't do it and don't want to do it. I don't know if they want to do it. You know what I'm saying? We'll see though.
Yeah, the one dude, yeah, they claim they wanted to, but that's all I'm saying. So my point is, I know that young dude, and I know he's a good dude, and okay, so yes, if he was here, I would send people to him because that's what he want to do. He went and got all his military infantry, and his reason for going to the military was to learn to come back and teach black people. That was his reason for taking the infantry job. But we'll say no because
there's a lot of mixed people that want to be super down because they black, but then they'll be like, yo, but my white side is. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. It can't be done, Bakari.
But this is the thing. See,
no,
but this is the thing.
No.
But see, this is the thing. you don't know this young man, and I understand the history, but to say that's what they all do, meeting him
It
and
ain't
meeting
about
other
all. It's
folks,
about laws. It's
meeting
not. If a
meeting him and meeting other folks, show me
Bakari,
something.
but
I'm
that's
just saying.
what Muhammad Ali said. If I see 5,000 snakes and 2,000 of them is venomous, but I don't know which ones is not, should I just let them all in? But I don't even believe that, Bakari, to be honest with you. I think that like some of them is like, yo, hella black, and some of them is not. But Bakari, like, yo, even the person I was talking to was and we was like, it's not that I'm like, yo, you can't be cool or nothing like that. Like the person I was friends with, but like everything is just negative about black people, even though they call themselves black. But like, oh, black women this and black people this, and like, bro, like you, like I wanted to be like, I did say that, and we got into it about that, but.
And I don't deal with them kind. And like I said, that young dude I'm talking about, you'll never hear him say. Actually, the same young dude I heard tell his mama, you white, you have nothing to be, you can't be in this conversation. We black, you ain't. Stay out of our conversation. We talking blacks. I said, man, that kind of disrespectful to your mama, wouldn't it? She was like, nah, but we need to talk. This black stuff, she can't be in our meetings.
So if I call his mama a white bitch, would he get mad?
If you call his mama a bitch, he probably would be mad if you call his mama a bitch.
I'm sure he would. But the problem is she's a white girl, Bakari. So by definition, right? You know what I'm
but
saying?
she ain't but she ain't in none of she wasn't in none of the organizations. He wouldn't even let her come around. I'm just telling you what I know.
But it's his mama though, Bakari. That's what I'm saying. It's his mama. You know what I mean? Like
okay. I got you. I know.
He'll kill me. He'll kill me for a white girl, Bakari. That's the problem. You know
well,
that?
why would you want? Why if he's out there training you? Why do you want to go try and kill his mama for? I'm just saying.
What you think he's training me to do? What are you training me to do then?
Oh,
I got you. You like
want to get
let the white girls in and let the white kids and the babies and the white girls in.
No,
all the white girls are the most dangerous species on the planet. You know that? Like that's what I'm saying.
I got you, but I ain't gonna turn. I wouldn't turn down that. I wouldn't turn down that young brother help.
Oh yeah, I would do it on some spook that sat by the door stuff. Like you're not black though, bro. Like that's all. You know what I'm saying? You cool. Like you just not black. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Oh, I can't tell him that though because he get to define what blackness is. Not a black person, but a mixed person get to define what it is, right?
No, actually, he know he mixed. But he relate to his black side. See, and that's the point that I'm making. Like when I'm trying to tell you about somebody I know, you trying to tell me about other folks in my history. No, I know. I know this. I'm saying I know this young man. So no, he can't tell you what black is. He won't try to tell you what black is. He'll say I'm mixed, but I claim black because that's who I hang with is black folk. Him and his sister. I'm just saying about them. I can't speak for nobody. I claim black because that's what I hang with is black folk.
Yeah, I understand. I ain't gonna speak on him, you know. But
that's I'm clearly I'm just talking about him, and he have all these military skills.
All right.
But he got his stuff set up, so he about to start doing it. But I'm about to get off here. I don't think I want us to do is like, look, man. My biggest thing is because I'm tired of people looking, laughing at us, and talking, oh wow, they just. And when somebody say this publicly, more than one person can say this publicly about us. That's another thing. Like, man, let me go look this shit up because ain't nobody gonna be sitting here saying this about us. Like, we can't read and we can't.
Saying what about us now?
Oh man, we ain't concerned about no facts.
Oh, okay.
Don't even tell us about no facts. The narrative mean more to us. The narrative is what win. Don't worry about black folks. Don't worry about. I'm like, oh my goodness. And when I find so many people say that. And this is the thing, so I might come on and I might be loud, it might sound, but a lot of people do roll with narratives instead of rolling with facts.
Yeah, I hear you and Kofi rolling with narratives all day long. Like he didn't the first thing out his mouth, oh, you're MAGA. I'm like, what? Like for
no,
real?
he said those were MAGA talking points. But
in that, and I was talking about these. I was talking about these things.
No, he wasn't talking. He wasn't even. No, he wasn't talking.
He was talking about me because he don't know that. he is going by. I know what he's doing because he says the same talking points like every other Democrat does. He like I might as well go listen to Roland Martin when I listen to like when he's talking about Democrats and stuff. I might as well go turn on Roland Martin when I'm listening to y'all talk about this election particularly. Like damn.
No, I'm talking now. I'm talking about facts. And the facts still stand. Watch this. And the facts still stand. What I said about people talking, she put these many people in jail for marijuana nonviolent charges. And I can prove it and show that she didn't. The thing is, black people can't because the thing about it is black people have a lot of white arrogance in them. So a black person can't tell them they're wrong. The thing about it is when I can show it, and I've shown it, real articles. They're like, oh shit, that ain't even true. But we still hold to the narrative and say this is what she did. That's not how it happened.
But Bakar, what about the black people who like was like testifying like or like came all out and said that's what happened to them? As far as I know, I showed a black man that said that. You know what I'm saying? Like
I said 45 people went to jail, and that's the thing. I ain't say she perfect, but I'm talking when they say she put thousands of people in jail. What they should have said was she convicted right at 2,000. Then 45 went to jail. That's what they should have said. If they had said right at 2,000 was convicted, they would. What would they say? They put them all in jail. That's the point I'm talking about. That ain't true. And I just want us to say, you know what? If people can say all we do is follow the narrative, and then we can show this, all these different. I mean, look up the record, and then when you look up her record, does she have some troubling stuff with her record? You're damn right. Do I think Kamala Harris is gonna save us? No. Do I think Kamala Harris was handpicked? Yes, I absolutely do.
Then what the world then, Bakari? So why was this whole thing about then?
I said
I don't
so
understand.
Because if we only follow a narrative pertaining to her record, guess how much other stuff we only follow a narrative for instead of looking up facts. That's the point I want us to start doing. Stop just following the social media narrative. Like the FBA narrative has gotten huge. The ADOS narrative, it's just a narrative. Black immigrants don't even like us. It's a narrative that people spin. And now they spend it, and now it's out of control because people didn't check it. It ain't just about this election. It ain't just about Kamala. It's about how this Kamala thing truly highlighted how we only follow narrative. It really highlighted how we just follow a narrative instead of trying to find facts. I ain't talking about me, you, Cassidra, Ben. I ain't talking about me, you, or Cassidra. Cassidra pulled up her article, which means she's looking for the facts. I'm not talking about us. I'm talking about how this shit has just gotten out of control, bro. And it's way more than just that. Let me tell you something, right? I'm gonna say this, then I got to go, and I'm gonna listen to Ben Uko when I get out.
Yeah, I'm about to go to
Watch
sleep.
this.
Ben, are you awake?
So I'm gonna say this, right? The first thing, and I'm gonna use Hitler, what he did to the Jews for an example. The first thing he did was he didn't want them to read. They're gonna take books. I really care. Watch this. So now you look at Project 2025. What's the first thing they're gonna do? Get rid of the Department of Education. Go back during slavery. They didn't want you to read. Just follow and believe whatever they say. Now it's 2024. She put in the chat. Grandma used to say, put in the chat. You know what? She got her little store now, and she see people can't count. You know what? If they can't count, and he's talking about black children, if they can't count, they can't read. She called her auntie that work in the school system. Yep, black people struggling with reading too. So when we're just following the narrative, it's almost like we don't think we can find something for ourselves. Oh, whatever they say, it must be right because they popular. No. And it's hurt us as a people. It hurt us to just do that. It really does.
All right. I guess he dropped off. Ben Oko, are you awake, my brother? Damn it. I'm trying to pull up the thing you just sent me, Erica. I can't pull it up. I might have to play it next time. But anyway, y'all. Unfortunately, my brother can't see that y'all, okay, yeah, the Republicans and all that other stuff is a narrative, but so is the Democrat thing. That's also a narrative, my brother. It's talking points. It's the same things, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's only a couple of few arguments that it is, you know what I'm saying? Like, and even talking about all these things, this is not even new. This is why I'm like, I'm blown, because it's like, none of this is new. We was talking about all of this, and my brother Bakari was agreeing with me like 4 years ago on the last election, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know what happened, but what I do know is we're probably doomed, y'all. I'm sorry. So don't be mad at me, because I can't let y'all take me out too. So we all got to suffer because y'all don't want to do the right thing, because we probably doomed. I'm going to let my brother here have the last word, because I don't know what to tell y'all. This is why I didn't want to have political discussions, because why the hell are we arguing about two things that ain't got nothing to do with black people or uplifting black people, and we know damn well ain't to help us, and when we could have been talking about, hey, what can we do to invest in something or learn a lesson or get over a trauma or something more productive than argue about which slave master, which is more comfortable for us, the blatant in our face racism or the smile in your face, stab you in your back kind of thing. Yeah, and that's the thing. She's not even a black woman, so I don't know why he would worship her. But replace bulls with Democrats in this.
When niggas love revolution like they love the bulls, youth will wear red, black, and green patches over the emblems on their starter jackets. When niggas love revolution like they love the bulls, brothers will gather regularly at barbershops and corner stops to discuss George Jackson and to discuss the handbook of revolutionary warfare and people's war before they go home to take care of their children each night. When niggas love revolution like they love the bulls, playground basketball courts will become paramilitary training grounds where we learn to shoot guns at the enemy and not baskets for bets. When niggas love revolution like they love the bulls, we will spend hours and hours watching our children grow into soldiers and not basketball players. When niggas love revolution like they love the bulls, we will know CIA stats, FBI stats, infant mortality stats, police brutality stats, political prisoners and prisoners of war, and literacy training techniques like we know Paxson's shoe size or Shaq's shoe size, or the way we know Rodman or Pippen's rebounds or Grant's salary and all the intimate details of Michael's last gambling spree. When niggas love revolution like they love the bulls, you will be able to ask any youth on the street, who is Sundiata Acoli? Who is Assata Shakur? Who is Sekou Odinga? Who is Ruchell McGee and Jonathan Jackson? You will be able to ask, who is Matula Shakur? Who is Queen Mother Moore? And they will be able to tell you without skipping a beat. When niggas love revolution like they love the bulls, you will go on to ask them about Michael Jordan, and they will say, who? When niggas love revolution like they love the bulls, masses of us will go down to tear up Carolina coroner and his office to find out what really happened to James Jordan instead of waiting on the word of newspapers and sheriff's offices. When niggas love revolution like they love the bulls, we will show up in Washington, D.C. with the Million Man March with our God and with our guns. When niggas love revolution like they love the bulls, they will start to seriously wonder why one Negro putting a brown ball through a white net makes more money in one season than they will make in an entire lifetime, and do something about it. When niggas love revolution like they love the Bulls, you will see Phil Jackson running up and down an empty court minutes before game time screaming, "Where are my niggas? Where are my niggas? Where are my niggas?" as the niggas leave the stadium to go build liberation schools in their community. When niggas love revolution like they love the Bulls, all niggas will refuse to shoot ball with the president with or without their dashikis on. When niggas love revolution like they love the Bulls, will become associated with the sound that CIA agents, snitches, rats, and agent provocateurs who join our organizations and work against the legitimate aspirations of our people who yearn to breathe free, drug dealers and others will make when they are thrown gracefully face first into open manholes. Whoosh. When niggas love revolution like they love the Bulls, Nike will no longer be able to sell $160 basketball shoes in the black community because we would rather spend the money on liberation and revolution. Thank you. When niggas love revolution like they love the Bulls, they will love it more than chitlins, more than all my children, more than Jerry Curls, more than permanence, more than Cadillacs and Mercedes-Benz and Rolls-Royces and BMWs, cause when niggas love revolution like they love the Bulls, when niggas love their family like they love the Bulls, when niggas love their children like they love the Bulls, when niggas love to be free like they love the Bulls, when niggas love struggle like they love the Bulls, when niggas love dignity like they love the Bulls, when niggas love niggas like they love the Bulls, we will become black people and all the bullshit will hit the fan.
Now, unfortunately, in the words, love being everything but black and love everything but black people. So we might be doomed. I don't know, y'all. I'm sorry to break it. I hate to be the one to break it to you. Maybe I should have went back to like the 1400. Like, yo, told me, hey, I hate to be the want to break it to you, but we are doomed, y'all, because we still in the same boat now. But shouts out to Ben. I know he sleep. Shouts out to my brother Bakari for appreciate him coming on here. Definitely, I appreciate Cassidra. We're gonna be back next Wednesday. We're gonna be back to regular with the something you know, a realer conversation. We was trying to keep it light today, but you see how that goes. Shouts out to Erica who was in the building. I appreciate you, Erica. Shouts out to Raw who came through. Shouts out to Blanca. Yeah, definitely glad you caught her live. It's been a minute. Shouts out to Matron who was in the building. Shouts out to Matron. Y'all go subscribe to Matron. Definitely shouts out to her. Shouts out to Kofi. I know my brother Kofi caught feelings behind the Democrat Party, and you know, it's the John Brown complex. I don't take it personally anymore. Black people is, you know, when you see the Olympics, you'll understand. Black people fight for everything but black people. So I don't take it as offensive anymore. It's all love. Hopefully my brother Kofi isn't mad or upset. I know my brother Bakari isn't mad or anything like that. So shouts out to him. But yeah, sorry to break it to y'all. We doomed. But as always, man, we have got to start standing for something, or we'll keep falling for anything.